Hello, ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, wonderful people. Welcome back to episode, I believe, 5 of Tales from the Dark Rift. This session is called The Tower. Ooh.
I saw
Hello.
Thank you, Jesus Christ, Vince. I knew this was coming, and then you somehow still managed to scare me. Vince subbed. But yes, so, gentlemen, who wants to do the recap?
I guess I can.
Go for it.
We woke up, waited till night, then we went into the wyvern nest. We spent some time exploring the wyvern nest, and in one of the caves, we found, I believe it was like a tree underground.
Jesus Christ. Thank you.
You finished it.
Fuck's
Oh.
sake.
We found I think it was a tree underground in the middle of a lake, and that created a portal to the Direhearth. We went there. We encountered the Arctos bear and a talking skull, and the bear got possessed. And then something happened to the bear, where it went flying off the edge for no reason whatsoever,
Totally.
and died in a
Absolute
totally
reason.
legitimate and very fair way.
Don't deny Kicker his kick.
He kick flipped, thunder waved, and the bear went fucking flying.
And then that 100'd.
Yeah, and so the bear was like, "Hey, I'm your homie now. You know, I'm fixing it. We got the shit. Good shit."
But what have happened if we hadn't rolled like a nat 100?
Well, who knows? It's too late.
Infinitely less good things.
Definitely, infinitely less good things.
The bear revives and keeps fighting every time until we roll a nat 100.
Maybe.
That'd be really mean encounter design. You have to nat 100 to
That'd be
win.
so bad. Jeez, I don't even think I'm that evil. But yes, that is what happened last session. At the very end of the session, the majority of the party got teleported away, which is where we are going to pick up with the one person who did not get teleported away and didn't experience most of this, which is Kane. Kane.
Aye.
Yes.
Kane. So you joined the wonderful Sekbe to go look at the Wyverns doing a specific mating ritual called lecking, where they effectively were the mounds that you saw towards the entrance, like midway into the forest, the 5 mounds, like all of them. As you went there in the middle of the night, you noticed that the Wyverns got up onto the mounds. You're pretty sure they were all male Wyverns. They had very different colors, but the females seemed to just exist in the middle or be flying around above it. You got to the edge of the clearing with Sekbe, and you've effectively watched them for like about an hour, and they kind of all did this interesting thing where they would flap their wings, and they'd all like harmonize to make this kind of disturbing but beautiful song between them. And then it seemed like the males were just like basically showing off, right? Sekbe was like, you know what, I've seen a lot. I'm gonna go like check something out. I think there's something important I need to do. And he left, right? But you stayed around.
I don't want to see this anymore.
Yeah. You stuck around. And as you stuck around, can you roll me a d12, please?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Another 1. That's very interesting. Okay, so as you stuck around, you noticed off on the outskirts, on the edge of like the other side. I don't even need you to roll a perception check. We're just going to say that you see this because I mean it'd be it'd be pretty obvious to you because all of the Wyverns notice it as well, right? You see a man wearing like pretty common clothes, holding an egg, a large egg, and running into the forest.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay. I'll follow him.
So you make your way around to the edge, doing your best to not like keep in the view of any of the Wyverns. As the Wyverns, some of them, like mostly the ones in the middle, seem to be making far more like disturbing sounds. Not necessarily the beautiful sound that you expect, but more of like a traumatized, angry sound. And some of them are flapping up, but like the way that the trees are made around this area, it seems quite difficult for the Wyverns to get into. The man seems to be running, and you managed to like follow him around. He seems to slow down about 50 to 100 meters away from this area where where it's like almost a slightly small clearing with what looks like this stone obelisk just in the middle of this small clearing. It's not very big. It's like a couple meters across this this little clearing, and he stops at this obelisk with the egg. Right now, you're about like 10 or so meters away. So in a total of it'd be like 30 feet away, I think, is about the conversion, something like that. Which means you can like get closer if you want, or you can do other things. What would you like to do?
I would like to shout, "Where are you going with that egg?"
The man kind of stops for a second, turns around, and goes, hello? I don't see you. Where are you?
I'm gonna step out of the clearing and say, "Hello, my name is Kane. Who are you?"
Oh, hi. Name's, Josh. And, I'm
Why-
doing completely normal and legal things with this egg. For sure.
Well, your body language doesn't really say the same thing.
I mean, if I
so-
told you the truth, you wouldn't believe me, man. It's been a long week.
just try me.
Okay. But, things might get weird, so it might be easier if I just show you, okay? So, where you were, just go back there, and I'll show you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you returning to your little, like, spot
Yeah.
where you were?
Yeah.
You return, like, there's like a large tree root that kind of blocks the majority of you, and you kind of crouch down, peeking over it. You see the man walk up to this obelisk and place a hand on it, and you see his hand kind of like it's almost like contort for a second, and his body like kind of contorts as well, and you see like it looks like a piece of the obelisk pierce through the middle of his hand, and blood begin to drip from it. As the blood drips, you see this obelisk begin to glow with green runic sigils all up and down it, and then from almost out of nowhere, you see this as a woman appears. You can see that she's like, it's definitely a female figure, but she was wearing like a cloak. And for the most part, like the only like obvious things that you see that like make her very obviously womanly is this person seems to be wearing like these high heels, black high heels, and as she's like shows her hand out, you see it is very pale and white.
Gay man? Come on, or what
I
if
mean,
it's guy, like
maybe it could be
cross-dressing?
a gay man. Okay, okay, I'm not going to say that you assume it's a woman. It's a person wearing high heels. There you go. You're welcome. The figure suggests that it could be a womanly figure, but who knows?
Okay. Do I get like the impression that it's like a powerful being?
You get the impression that they've literally just randomly appeared here, and that's quite concerning. Whatever you do with that information is up to you.
Like, do I get the impression that they're like friendly-ish?
Well, if you're
Or
not
like-
doing anything straight away,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
you're not doing anything. Okay, so as you're like kind of waiting and watching, you see like the figure kind of put a hand up, and you see their hand. They're like they put their left hand up and it's white, and then they kind of like it's very pale and white, right, with like long black nails. And then they pause, and then they put their other hand up, and you see a bolt of like green energy appears in their hand. And as you look across their hand, you see that a couple of their fingers are just to the bone. There's no flesh on them at all. The figure like begins just going, and the man that you were just talking to, his eyes go bright green, and he begins replying in this other language that you don't understand. And then you see, stepping almost out of the man, this odd creature. Like the eyes go bright green for a second, and then they go red. So they stop on red, and then coming out of the man, you see this almost demonic figure, kind of hulking. It has like around its neck, it has this like almost crown of bone, and its head is just a skull, a red skull. Its body seems rather large and hulking, and it's holding the egg as the man kind of just is like stuck, frozen behind him. And it continues speaking. Gorstash Garthavorsh Isharada Goram. And then the figure goes, so then, what would you have me do? And the large hulking figure goes, use it more wisely next time. Dispose of this one. He's outlived his usefulness to me. That I can do. The figure takes the egg, and then the large hulking being just turns to black mist and disappears. I need to roll something now. Give me a second. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do before I continue?
Is there like any part of this that rings a bell? Like anything about the
Roll me a
ritual?
history check.
Okay. Where is it?
Okay. That is just enough for you to know. So there is. You think that you've heard stories of a demon, called Das Modis. And Das Modis, you know for sure that it's one of those terrifying stories that people tell you all the time, where it is just hundreds of beings making up one demon. And they seem like normal people until suddenly a demon sprouts from their chest. And that's all you can really assume here. And it could be that demon, or it could be something else, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just want to run.
The large hulking figure has disappeared into black smoke. And as you kind of are you running?
I mean, I'm gonna slowly try to show myself to them.
Okay.
Just walk
roll
away.
a stealth check then.
Okay.
Okay. That's unfortunate, because I just rolled a 17 then to see. And you do you do begin to start moving, and as the figure turned, the hulking demonic figure turned to black mist, you see the more womanly figure that you first saw just appear, stops and turns towards you, and you see through the cloak a single growing green eye, and they look in your direction, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm gonna double check that it is wisdom, but just roll me the wisdom anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, unfortunately, let me double check. It is wisdom. You fail. The figure holds their hand up and casts a spell, and you freeze. And you just you try your best to move, but all you can really do is very slow, halting, slight movements. Your body just is failing to be able to control itself. It's almost like the blood in your veins itself is beginning to slow down and stop. And the figure just goes, oh, we have an onlooker. Interesting. Would be a shame to kill little Josh here. And she pushes the figure, the manly figure next to you, that you just met, over, and they just hit the ground. Like a rock, basically. Well, I have other things to attend to. Sure, why not? And she holds her hand together her hands together while holding the egg in one hand, and then you see a bolt of black energy pulses into Josh's body, and he's just he's just literally evaporated. His entire form gone. Except, like, literally his boots. Like, the entirety of his upper body, his head and his arms disappear. And then she looks towards you. Don't tell anybody, will you? And then she disappears from in front of you.
Okay.
Fun.
Well, I am going to be just standing there flabbergasted for probably like 30 seconds, and then
The spell wears off very quickly.
yeah, and then I'll try to find my way back to like the cave. I don't know where we.
Okay.
I guess I'd go back to the spot where we rested, right?
It doesn't take you very long to make your way back to the spot where you guys rested, and you find it like empty. Everybody's stuff is just gone.
Is there any sign of where they've gone?
You do see, I'm gonna say it's like not too hard with some time to notice that their footprints head in towards the cave.
Okay, so I'll go into the cave.
So you begin making your way into the cave. And as you do, you have dark vision. That's fine. Yeah, you see that they're like the wyverns at this point. Some of them have begun to come back, and in like the entranceway to the cave, it seems that there is a wyvern not sleeping, mostly awake, just kind of lying down near the entranceway to the cave. And you can see this from a distance before even entering the cave.
Is there a possibility to sneak around it? Could I like do that possibly?
You can try, yes.
Okay.
So roll stealth. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, you begin making your way around the edge of the cave, and you like hug the wall, and it seems like this wyvern is just not paying very much attention to you, and you just manage to slide your way just past them. So the cave opens into two separate directions. There's a way to the right and a way to the left. Which way would you like to go?
I'll go left.
Okay. You go to the left. Once again, you find like a wyvern very shortly, very quickly into the that way. Also, similarly, not quite sleeping, but seemingly resting. It's like a slight crossroads where this cave splits again. It's just lying there.
Okay, so I guess I'll try sneaking towards the left again, like just hugging the wall.
Hugging the wall, going around.
Yeah.
Yes. So you make your way. I'm gonna say you just use the same roll, in which case you do make your way around it very quickly, and you find yourself like coming across like. So you're going left again, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you find like a little small room that opens up into another room. There's no wyvern in this room, but as you sneak past the wyvern that you just did and go round, you find like it's a dead end. But this dead end ends in something that you weren't quite expecting, because on the floor you find bunches of like branches, large sticks, all of that sort. There are bones, lots of them from different animals, and you find a clutch of 4 eggs.
Do I get the impression that I could take an egg without the wyverns noticing?
There are no wyverns directly on top of the eggs. The last wyvern you saw was at that like crossroads, right? So potentially. But these eggs they're not small. They're like the size of a person's head.
Yeah, okay.
So it would be difficult to take more than one.
Yeah.
Or maybe like at max you could take 2.
Yeah, I'll take a 1.
Okay. All right. So, which one are you taking? So there's 4 eggs. There's one in effectively every corner of this little nest.
Do they have like different colors?
So the eggs themselves seem to be mostly white, except there's like a single band of a color around all of them. There's one that's
Okay.
got a purple band, one with an orange band, one with a red band, and one with a blue band.
I'll take the one with that red band.
Red band. Okay. Take the one with the red band, which is the furthest to the right. You
Mhm.
very slowly pick it up, and it's quite heavy actually. It's like a good like couple kilos. It's like, and as you like pick it up, you feel like the warmth of this thing. It's quite heavy and it's quite warm. But you're like still managing to keep yourself quite quiet so far.
Okay.
What
I
you
guess
gonna
I'll try to just hug the other wall, like just stay on the left, just going through the cave.
Stay on the left. Okay. So this will take you back past the same wyvern that you just went through. And
Yeah.
at this point, I will ask you to roll another stealth check.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You get to the edge of the like the crossroads, and as you get to the edge of this crossroads, give me a second. There's still a chance. Okay, that was a natural one. So you just like you're loud as all hell, and you literally step on a bone and it cracks right next to this wyvern's skull, and the wyvern just doesn't seem to notice. It seems to have just fallen into a deep sleep.
Okay.
And you make your way through. There's like a small little room on your left as you walk past, but it doesn't seem to have much in it other than like a few cracked scales, and that's about it. You do see footsteps on the floor from humanoids as you're walking through. You make your way around a long, winding corridor, and you see there's like a little mini cliff on your left, and on the right there's like a little other alcove. The little alcove has like another like leading off way into like a small chamber with like a small like almost like a mini lake. Effectively, it's very small, only it's a small water pool, right, with like a little bit of water dripping in from the top. And as you're like making your way along the left, you kind of come to this final little thing where there's like a little drop off. Right, there's another like little chamber in front of you that has like a 5-10 foot drop of like a small sheer cliff, and then it drops into this little chamber. And as you look around, it seems like there's like bones, scales, a bunch of other stuff around this place as well.
Is there like any more footsteps on the ground?
There's a couple of footsteps very close, but they don't go any further.
Okay. I guess I'll try like going off the drop.
You jump down, and it seems like this. Like you take a little look into this this small room, and it seems like it kind of is just a dead end. There's like a little extra secondary part to this chamber that like opens up a little bit, but it doesn't go anywhere, and it just closes itself off. As you are there, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm going to roll a d20 to see what happens. Okay. That's a natural 20. So in that case, what we're going to do is, as you're there, you hear the sound of a wyvern in the distance. Loud roar. And as you do, you hear a little voice next to your right ear. So you went ahead and stole a wyvern egg.
What? Mariska?
Yes. And you see Mariska is now just standing on your right shoulder. What am I going to do with you? The rest of your friends were killing something in the Direhearth, but what are you going to do about this? Huh?
I don't know. How do I get to them?
I'm pretty sure they're already well gone. They teleported out into the forest.
That's great.
No, you missed all the fun. I guess you're having some of your own, so I can't complain.
Have you got any advice on what I should do?
Well, kind of not really. It's kind of going to be a little bit hard either way. Kind of got to get out of here. Sounds quite rough.
Um.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. All right? You
Okay.
open to a deal?
I'll hear what the terms are.
So the terms. It's a good thing that you decided to hear the terms, by the way. You should never go into a deal without already knowing the terms and conditions, because they definitely apply. A wyvern egg, and I'll get you to your friends.
Yeah. Okay, so what if I go back and try to get the wyvern egg for you?
If you get another one, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But I want one for myself.
Any color preference?
I don't really care. It's going to be for Jex anyway. He's quite
Okay.
partial to them.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll make my way. I try to make my way back up.
She's just sat on your shoulder while this happens. Can you roll me an acrobatics check to get back up the acrobatics or athletics, whichever, up to you. Okay, you kind of hop your way up, bouncing off a couple of like little footholds, and as you look at them, you kind of notice that they probably were used pretty recently, actually. But you do it quite expertly, and you make your way up to the top very quickly. As you do that, she goes, "Good job." Now, here's the question: how are you going to get a wyvern egg from an angry wyvern? Very see, very interested.
Yeah, I don't know really. Would I be able to like carry an egg being transformed? Like, if I transform, could I still?
Potentially, yes.
So, okay, I'll say to Mariska, if I give you the egg I already have for safekeeping, I'm going to do my thing.
Okay.
And try to get another one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I give her the egg, and
She
then
kind of,
I
like, you see she kind of creates like this little handle thing and dumps it onto the top, and you hear like a dunk, and you see she's holding it like a giant like handbag, and it's very heavy. And as she like holds it, you see her she literally drops like a full foot and then flaps her wings trying to keep up into the air, and then she goes, just scream when you need me, and she disappears from your sight.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use hybrid transformation.
Yep.
I actually don't know if this gives me more movement or anything.
I do believe. I don't think it gives you movement, but it gives
you.
you.
I think it gives you advantage on strength. If I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the right thing.
Yes. Gives you advantage on strength, and
As long as
there's a lot of reading. It also makes you resistant to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage.
Yeah.
And you gain a +1 to your AC, which is very nice. So, sure.
Okay. So I am going to transform.
You hear a voice in your head, calling on me already. Fascinating. And then you punch over and you feel your body like ache and feel the pain of like these large like crystals coming out of your shoulders, and then your body growing this fur, your hands becoming clawed, your mouth elongating out, and then you can take most of the control this time. Think you're going to need it.
Okay, so I'm going to run, or well, I don't know what I'm doing actually. Is it running?
I mean, it's more like on all fours, but you're still effectively like running, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna run as fast as I can down the way I came.
Okay. You run like full pelt around the corner, making a large amount of sound, but it doesn't seem like it really matters. As you get to back like into that little double chamber with the final chamber having all the eggs in it, you do see that there is a orange wyvern sat at the entrance, and it seems distraught. It is clawing at the floor.
So it's in front of the chamber with the eggs.
Yes, it is indeed. You think you could maybe run past it, but you'll definitely provoke an attack. It will definitely attack you along the
Okay.
way, basically.
Can I try to like intimidate it, or like yeah, like kind of like howl at it or something?
Roll an intimidation check. Okay. You try to howl, and it's more just like a manly that you do. And then the wyvern turns towards you, and you see it go back at you. Doesn't seem to be at all intimidated.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to run past it then.
Okay. It will take a stinger attack at you, but you will be able to potentially get past it, unless you like instantly die. So we shall see. So it's a 15 plus 7. That is 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the piercing damage from this attack is 14, half to 7. So you take 7 piercing from the initial stab, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay. I don't know if I get any bonuses, but
That's a natural 20. Nice. So you take half this damage, which is probably very good because this seems like a lot. That's 11. Wait, I need to get rid of one of these. So just 3 of those. That is a lot. 11, 17, 20, 22 poison damage, halved to 11 poison damage.
wait, in total that was?
So it was 7 from the first attack,
Yeah.
and then 11 from the second. So a total of 18 damage.
Okay.
Which
thing
you
is,
halved.
yeah, but I kind of didn't roll my level up thing yet,
Yeah.
so I could just do that now. I don't know.
Yeah, just roll the health. Okay, cool. Just a fat 11 extra health in total. So yeah, you take this hefty blow to your side as its stinger kind of rears and then stabs you into the side. And as it hits, you manage to you kind of stumble for a second as the poison enters your bloodstream, but you feel this pure anger for a second as you just manage to shrug it off and continue running. So I believe it was purple, blue, and orange that's left.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you like to take?
Well, I would actually like to, can I grab the orange egg and just yeet it past the orange wyvern?
Okay. Roll me a strength check, which is advantage, I think. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay. 14. You pick up the orange egg and you absolutely yeet it past the wyvern. The wyvern with a fat 19 manages to see the egg and flap its wing open and kind of just jump save the egg with its wing. But that does give you the time for to do some other stuff if you need to. You see it's definitely cradling this egg for a second. You've still got a couple seconds of it not bothering to go for you.
Okay, so I want to simultaneously call Mariska and go for the purple egg. You
lunge for the purple egg, and as you do, you hear this unnatural sound coming out of your mouth of Mariska, and you grab the egg, and then she reappears on your shoulder, going, "Oh, time already!" Poof, and the egg, and Mariska all teleport to in front of your party as they are setting up their camp. As their camp is already set up, most of them have fallen asleep by this point. The only person who is currently awake is, I want to say, Zell.
This would probably be awake and lamenting about not getting a wyvern egg.
Fuck's sake. But you appear, you managed. Like, are you continuing to be hybrid form, or are you?
I'm
pressing your
just
button?
I'm gonna fall down on my back and then detransform.
You fall down on your back. You detransform, and then Mariska, like appearing next to you, goes. So then, which one are you keeping? Are you keeping this red one here or the purple one? I don't really care. I just want to know which one to give the Jex.
You can keep the red one. I'll keep the purple one.
Okay. She like puts all of her energy into flapping all the way down and then flapping all the way up and throws it into the air, and then you see her literally grab her little lantern, open it for a split second, and then close it, and you see this giant figure of just black energy with like blue eyes appears, grabs the egg from out of the air, it disappears into the void, and then the whole figure just gets sucked back into this little lantern and closed. That should keep him sated for a while.
I hope so.
Well, enjoy.
How big was this lantern?
This lantern is like literally the size of one of my dice. It's tiny.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Well, I think I'm probably just gonna like pass out for about 10 minutes.
You just die on the floor, gripping this egg.
Mhm.
And then what I'm going to say is that you just pass out for the night while holding this egg.
Yeah, sure.
Because that sounds fucking hilarious. Your dream, as you fade into sleep, becomes you sitting once again cross-legged in front of this like green tinted like mirror almost, and you see the familiar wolven self of you looking back at you. He kind of looks at you and goes, impressive job today. I must warn you, tomorrow is the night.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do about it.
Neither do I. Best of luck to you, Thor.
Yeah, thank you. You think it's best to warn the others? Do they already?
And I mean, that's up to you, isn't it?
We don't walk in there.
It's completely whether you want to warn them or not. And once again, I'm going to be let rampant to some extent. How much is up to you, and what you do beforehand, I'm unable to stop.
Well, I guess I'll be trying to contain myself.
Please do leave me an offering, though. It would be quite nice to have a little snack while out. Of course.
Something like animal.
Yes, something like that. I believe a cow would be about the right size, but if you have to stinge and go smaller, then I guess. Otherwise, I'll have to go find something myself, and maybe it'll end up on 2 legs. I don't know. It's about this point where you see the like mirror in front of you shimmer for a second, and then change. Ooh, cough for a second, and then reappears. And you find yourself in front of like a brown-haired like man once again who's holding a book in like a pretty like a brown cloak that seems quite ragged. He looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're back. Anything interesting happened recently? I don't really get out much."
Well, had some fun with wyverns.
Oh, wyverns are fantastic.
Yeah. Don't think they were too happy with me in the end, though. But
well, one thing I can say is their eggs make for a wonderful dinner. If you can get your hand on one of them.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, I have one, but I don't think I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, do you know whether it's a how do I put this? Fertilized? Half of wyvern eggs are never fertilized.
Oh. Well, in that case, we might still have some breakfast.
Maybe. The easy way to tell is usually by the coloring on the outside.
Oh, okay. So when would it be fertilized?
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not again.
Okay, it's odd. So he kind of pauses for a second. Usually they come in sets of 4. They're identical except for coloring. The wyverns that you find there. They're usually in red, orange, purple, and blue. And most of the time, it is blue and red, which are the ones that are unfertilized. Purple and orange tend to be the fertilized ones. However, that's not always the case. It's very different. It's a bit finicky when it comes to it. Wyverns, what they want is what they want.
They're not too intelligent, I guess.
No, of course not.
Okay. We'll see, I guess.
Hmm.
The one I have is purple, so
Well,
we might
best
be
of luck.
lucky. Yeah,
Best
thank
of
you.
luck. Make sure you keep it nice and warm. They require a lot of heat to function.
I don't know what I was doing before I ended up here,
Wrap
but
it
I
up and
think I
put it
was
in
keeping it
Segway's
warm.
bag.
What was that with?
Can we wrap it up and put it in Segway's bag?
Is that going to keep it warm enough, though?
Dude, turn him into a kangaroo. Put him in.
True.
Into the pouch.
You could also
Um,
just drop it from a high place.
This is true.
I have the perfect solution.
He does pause. When I say very warm, I mean I'm pretty sure most wyverns have a heat higher than our a very large amount of heat to warm it up. So
Something
you
like
don't
a
want to. Yeah, I would say fire, but you don't want to go too far because otherwise you'll just end up with a boiled wyvern egg. So
okay.
at very least, during the night it needs to. Well, sorry, during the day it needs to be as warm as possible for as long as possible. The night it usually is fine.
Okay.
It does most of its growing during the day.
Interesting.
To know a wyvern hunter, he was a odd fellow. Odd fellow.
Why?
No, I mean he just had a very concerning thing to do with wyverns. Just don't really want to get too far into it. It was rather odd. His fascination with those animals.
In a positive or negative?
Bit of
Okay.
both, to be honest.
Okay.
It was bordering on obsession.
Hmm.
Well past obsession, to be honest. But,
Well,
I think it's about time for you to leave this place. It's very odd that you can come and go as you please. Rather rare.
oh.
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, I'll see you soon, I guess.
I'll see you soon indeed, he says, and then you awaken, clutching your egg. You're like the first one to awaken, other than I think, literally as Zell was taking a watch, so Zell would be awake already.
So, sorry to interrupt, but if Cell's awake before everybody else and the egg was just there, can she she's just gonna hold the egg?
You're gonna attempt to hold the egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not gonna do anything suspicious. She's just gonna have the egg.
I'm gonna say that you have to roll a sleight of hand or an athletics to try and get it from his death grip.
Okie dokie.
Because Jesus, there's
Can't wait for my nat 20. Woohoo! That was sleight of hand.
Yes. Sleight of hand or athletics, either or. Okay, 13. Can you roll me an athletics, I guess, Kane? So we can
Okay.
see what you're contesting against. Yeah, okay. Kane is doing his Kane you'd think Kane would be trying to hold it, but about 10 minutes in, his arms are just flat on the floor next to him and you
It's
just
the world's
scoop it up.
wimpiest death grip.
Yeah, it really is. He just put all of his death grip into the first 5 minutes and then just
Nice.
But yeah, you scoop it up and you're just cuddling the egg as everybody wakes up.
So she's gonna go over to Valis and lightly kick him to wake him up.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I would have been awake anyways because of trance, right?
Yeah, you awaken a little bit earlier, I guess.
Alright, so Alice is gonna sort of bitch a little bit and then get up.
Hey, Valis, do you remember when I pushed you off that little cliff kind of thing? You got really upset at me.
Yeah?
Are you still upset at me?
A little bit.
Well, to make up to, I bought you this present. It's an egg.
Oh, is that a wyvern egg?
I don't know. It's just an egg.
It looks like a wyvern egg to me. Can I reach out and take the egg?
Only if you say you're sorry, and you have to mean it, or I'm not giving it to you.
I'm very sorry for getting angry at you.
I'm just watching this, by the way, like from a distance, and I'm not saying anything.
For getting angry at who?
You, Zell.
Full name, please.
You never told me your full name. I'm sorry.
Oh, so
She
now...
said it. She said it before, actually.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up!
Thanks, Sekbe. Didn't know you were awake.
I'm gonna look at Segway. Shut the fuck up, rat!
Well, that's just rude. Now I think you have to apologize to Sekbe as well, or I'm not giving you the egg.
That's actually racist, I'll be honest.
Oh, by the way, hello, Kane.
Valis is, he's clearly in a good mood here and just... He was a little bit down after not getting the wyvern egg, and he's clearly quite cheered up by seeing this egg.
Yeah, Zell genuinely has no idea what type of egg it is. It's just a big egg.
Do you mind if I have a look at that egg for a second?
Sure.
Okay,
Okay, so if you remember, I said when I was in the library last, I took a book out, How to Raise Your Wyvern. So I'm going to whip the book out and try and find out if there's any identifying wyvern eggs. Which I probably know it's a wyvern egg, actually. I've probably seen a few of them in my
Pretty
time.
early on into the thing where it just mentions all wyvern eggs have a band of color around the outside. And the bands of colors come in purple, blue, red, orange.
Okay, can I flip through to work out temperatures we need to keep the egg at?
You get like a little bit further. Roll me an investigation check. Very specific.
Nat one.
That was a decent roll for once.
Yeah, you kind of like flick through very quickly, and it does indeed say that you kind of want to keep it at about like way higher than room temperature during the day. Usually the best bet is to keep it under a small over a small fire, about a meter and a bit up. A couple of like 3 feet, 4 feet up.
For how long?
Held aloft for the entirety of while the sun is out.
Yeah, and I mean, like, how long is it going to stay in an egg?
And you want to keep it as like that for at least 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
So, hey, Kane, where have you been?
Well, I was watching the wyverns, fool around, do their stuff, but
Okay.
then you guys were suddenly gone, and Segbe was gone too. So, I managed to like find Mariska, or she found me actually, and we brought a couple eggs, or actually, she took one. But
Yeah, while you were on your little Wyvern mission thing, you know that Direhearth business?
sorry,
You know that Direhearth business?
she told me something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we took care of it more or less.
Okay.
So what happened is like we went into that cave, found a portal to the fucking netherworld or something. Zell pushed Valis off a little cliff in the meantime as well. That's why he's mad.
Oh. Okay.
And Zamnas pushed the big bear into the bottomless abyss.
But that was only
Huh?
after we spent 4 to 5 hours in a really big and involved fight with it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
By my recall, it was closer to 2 minutes at best.
yeah, it's for like 2 minutes. Yeah.
At best.
Feywild
Probably-
time is different from this world time.
That's not how that works.
And now, Kane, we are gonna be headed to Bigley
Mhm.
because we have nothing to do here. Also, is Zamnas with us, Rage?
Zemnis is with you, yes. Just kind of disassociating.
I see.
Zemnis is currently a cardboard cutout.
Yep.
Since we catched up with each other, I guess it's time to get going. Valis, I trust you will deal with egg.
Yeah, I will look after the egg.
Okay. So is everyone ready?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I might need some help someone just to carry a torch and stand near me while I carry the egg.
That sounds very
Like, they
inconvenient.
will click his hands, and then a ball of fire emerges in it, and he just sort of steps over. I'm not carrying it, but I can do this.
Work too. I just needs to be a fire to keep the egg warm.
What if I shocking grasp the egg?
I don't think that's going to help
No.
it.
I did.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hey, two. So
Feminist is like, no. And then Mariska appears on his shoulder. I definitely think you should do it.
free.
I'm not agreeing with Mariska. I think you should make sure the egg is all fine and warm.
Come on.
And that's what we are going to do.
Pudding. Pudding.
By the way, yeah, I don't think there's any need to go stealthily to there. We can just walk normally to Wiggly.
Yeah, I mean,
We know.
we're going to just walk to Wiggly then?
Yeah, we know the general
Mhm.
direction. Right?
Yes. you do.
Another bear.
So, I assume nothing much is going to happen now in the forest. We've
Well,
But-
I,
quite a
I
while
have a
here.
question.
maybe.
Didn't the Wyvern egg just get stolen? I
Oh.
just-
yes,
assume that
but we are
was-
miles away now. We
Oh, by the way, I never asked. How did we get this Wyvern egg?
How?
It just appeared.
Are you assuming that Wyverns are
Valis isn't
slow?
looking a gift horse in the mouse. Valis is happy where he is.
Yeah. How did we get this egg?
I managed to grab it from the nests that the wyverns had inside the caves.
Hey, that's kind of actually impressive.
That's pretty cool.
It is
yeah.
impressive. I've
I did-
stolen a lot of things in my life, but I've never stolen a wyvern egg.
I did take a bit of a hit, but
You
I guess
alright?
that's- Yeah, I
You're
should
rested,
be.
You're fine now.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Slept in
Damn, he got stabbed and poisoned. He went to sleep and he's fine.
Welcome to D&D.
Well, it's good to have you back, Kane.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I agree.
Yes, we should get going.
Can we
then.
rename torches to wyvern incubation devices now?
Hell no.
No.
It's not.
Oh, let's just get going. I can look out since Zamnas seems to be a bit out of it. I guess I'll look out for
Mhm.
dangers.
Okay.
Actually,
Sorry.
I'm going to grab dinner real quick. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Go for it.
Cool, take your time.
So,
But should we just start traveling?
yeah. So you guys begin making your way off. I would like somebody to roll a survival check. For the,
Yeah.
Who's not already doing something, I guess.
That's
Wyvern holding
that's
and-
a stealth check.
That is a stealth check.
Can we just get the 17 because it was
No,
Oh,
it
no,
would
the
be
15.
15. Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
13 would be fine either way. You begin making your way in the general direction of Wiggly pretty easily. Can somebody else roll me a perception check? One of the people who aren't dealing with the wyvern egg. So I guess that
I
would be
shall
Zell.
do that.
Yes.
Perception. P. Percep.
PP.
Oh wait, where is it?
Perception. PP.
Am I
it's
blind?
below nature.
I am
Sure.
so
Performance.
blind. It's not even funny.
Huge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are in fact very blind.
So blind. Yeah, you see that Zella's doing her best to keep a lookout for the most part, and then as Zella's keeping a lookout, you kind of come into a bit of a clearing, and Zell literally keeps walking, and then her foot just drops, and she falls like not fully, but her leg goes down to the knee into a hole. As you drop into this hole, your leg into this hole, it's seems rather stuck there. You realize in front of you is a bit of a weird situation. So you're standing effectively in this little, it's a small little bog, it's a very small
Right.
one, about 30 foot by 30 foot. of just marshy, watery land, right?
Yeah.
And in the middle, like literally a couple of feet in front of you, like 5 or 10 feet, it's a door frame, okay? And there's a door in the door frame, and it is closed, right? And it's just laying flat on the floor. And on the top of the door frame, there is a little sign that is written on the sign in like metal, just above it, the tower.
I'm gonna see.
Guys?
I have never seen
Okay.
such a suspicious door in my life.
I do not think that door is a good idea to interact with.
I mean, can I knock on it?
I mean, there's a little bit of marshy bog before you and a Zell in the way,
Mhm.
basically.
I think we should go around.
So it will take you like potentially like an athletics check to get to the door to knock on it.
I still want to knock on the door. It seems very
So can you roll me an
intriguing.
athletics check to get to
I do.
Okay.
It's piquing my curiosity. A random door. Athletics, right? Not acrobatics.
athletics?
Shit.
Okay.
That's
You
a
kind of-
torch.
Push your way to the very edge of the door, and you stand on the door frame, and then you kind of like kneel down and knock on the door, and you hear a very loud poof, poof,
Oh no.
as you knock. Every knock is a very loud, like echoing sound.
Hello? Is anyone there?
As you say that, a couple of seconds later, the door whips open, and you see inside of this room. It's kind of jarring because you were expecting it to just be like a small, maybe a small room or something. It is a large open area, and as you look in, you see a light coming from what would be effectively the top of this door down.
real quick,
Yes,
is the door in the ground? Is
the
it
door is on the ground.
like
Right.
So
like this is what a door would normally look like. It's like that. Right?
yeah, okay.
And the door is opening in towards
Yeah.
the ground, right?
Trapdoor.
Yeah, but it looks like it would be a trapdoor, except you look into it and you see a man. So basically, let me explain a bit more how this looks. You see mostly like a grey black stone around everything. It's like a large circular room, and like in the middle of the large circular room, like the ceiling is cut open like a large circle, right? The circular room open is about like a good 50, 100 feet. It's about 100 feet. Probably most accurate in like diameter, and then the little open circle above it is about 70 feet in diameter, roundabout. There is light coming from the large circle, which doesn't make any sense because effectively you're looking down into this trapdoor, and it's coming from under the ground like this, right? And looking into it, it looks like sunlight. It doesn't look like a torchlight or anything. It seems like pretty brightly lit. As you look around this room, you see various random items on pedestals. There's like a helm, there's a sword, there's a couple of bows, there's like a bag just on a pedestal. And as like you're like looking around kind of confused, you see floating down from the hole a vaguely elven figure, long blonde hair, long ears, looks to be like rather pale but not like somewhat of a bit of a glow to their skin, like a bit of an orangey glow. They have green eyes, and they're holding a book as they float down. They're like their clothes seem to be like long red robes, and as they like slowly their feet touch the floor, they close the book and go, "Welcome to my shop. What
Can
can
I
I do for you?"
Can I say like by now Zell's looking through the
You
door
can
as
see
well?
it, yes.
Okay.
You're still like stuck somewhat.
I just say in Elven. How do you do this thing with your room?
Old magics. Every door is a portal way. He kind of points to the edges of the rooms, and you see what was wall. He kind of flicks his hands, and all of the walls become hundreds of doors on the edge of the way. And you see above them, there's like a small little signage. Like you can't really read any of them, but each of them has like a small little sign above them.
Zell just hops in. There's too much cool shit. She can't list. She just hops in.
I was about to say before we step in.
I'm sorry, it's too late.
Yeah.
before I step in,
Mhm.
since you said that every door is a portal, I'm guessing that your place isn't really here where we are
Of
right
course
now.
not. That would be idiotic.
Where are you right now? Or can we come back after we go
You
through
will be
here?
able to come back. Please enter and. Sorry, 1 second. You see him like float towards you and then float past you in the door. Like you, the rest of you now see this as you're like standing at the edge. He just floats up, like he goes from like being flat to like standing up. He looks
Oh,
around and then goes, "I'm going to have to deal with this later." And then he floats back in. Please enter. You don't have much time.
All right.
I mean, you
So
do,
how
but don't waste
so
my time.
How
Zel's
do-
already going around looking at stuff, and because she was in a bog, obviously she's tracking like dirt everywhere around the place, and so she's putting her hands on whatever she can.
As you're like running around and you get to like go to touch things, you find your hand like hits like an invisible wall, and you see like indentations on this invisible wall, but your hand isn't actually able to touch it. And
Right.
as you're like walking along and tracking this mud, you see behind you, it's like this mud is literally just being cleaned up by itself.
Zel tries to like lick the barrier to see what it tastes like.
It tastes like cardboard. Tastes like paper.
Ooh.
Why are you licking the barrier?
Well, why'd
Please
you
do
lick
not
anything?
touch.
Oh, sorry. She puts her hands behind her back.
What are me and Sekbe doing? Because we've got the egg.
rest
Or,
of
I
you
just,
entering?
Sekbe doesn't. But are we inside? Have we stayed
You can-
outside?
it's up to you.
I wanna I wanna just go towards the guy, and I'm like, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Cyril Laviander.
Okay, we'll get
Nice
back
to
to you, Shid, in 1 second. I just want to know what everybody else is doing first.
I go for it.
So,
If they've
go
gone
for
in, Sekbe will follow.
So
Yeah, then if Sekbe's going in, I'll stay near him for the heat.
So the both of you go in. Kane, are you following as well?
Yep.
Okay. You all follow, and as you enter, the door slams shut behind you. Kind of like floats up a little bit, and then goes. So then, what seems to be your price range? You see, he like looks at you after you say like your name, and he just blanks you.
Unlucky. Wait, what did he ask?
What seems to be your price range?
I take it you're a merchant.
Indeed.
What do you sell here?
He kind of looks at you blankly. What do you think I sell?
These nuts are chin.
Funny jokes?
Can I have a look around my room? And what's around my room?
Give me 1 second. I need to double check something.
Uh-oh.
He's about to delete someone.
He hates bad humor.
He's just gonna
Doesn't hate bad humor.
F4 somebody from the game.
He looks to Saril and clicks his fingers, and you hear Saril nothing. The air around you goes dead silent, even while the rest of your allies are talking. And as you begin like talking, you just hear. You just can't, like, you don't even hear your own voice. None of the
Help?
rest of you hear sound.
I start yelling, help!
You
Help!
start yelling at as loud as you can, and like no sound is made.
Hello?
Do with learning that spell.
Indeed.
Yeah, it seems like a very useful spell. I could use it
Mr.
when I go home.
Bookman, I think you did that to the wrong person. Do you see the person with that wyvern egg? You could do it to them.
If you're going to waste my time,
Okay, I was joking. I have a
Easy.
crystal, and I want to know how much, if you're willing to buy, how much I could sell it to you for.
the crystal is of good value. I might buy it.
Okay, she rummages through her backpack and pulls out piece of crystal one piece of crystal. That was from the cave with all the crystals in it.
You pull out a piece of crystal and you're holding it in like piece of clothing, basically.
Mhm.
You see the crystal. He kind of puts his hand out, looks towards it, and goes, waves a hand, and you see the crystal turns to dust and floats away, just disappears. I will not be having that in here. I will pay you potentially a small fee to make up for it, but that is not something I ever want to see brought back in here.
How do you have customers if you treat them like that?
Kind of
To be
flips you a
It's
single
a malicious
gold coin.
crystal, to be fair.
I'd imagine most of its customers don't bring in dangerous items.
Yeah.
I can take dangerous items. That is not a dangerous item. That is a world-ending item. No, thank you.
Oh. I
Um,
wish I hadn't shown it.
do I hear myself speaking?
Interesting.
You hear yourself beginning to speak again.
Okay, please never do this again. Holy.
Hmm.
I'm interested in. Do you have any bows, but not standard bows? Some bows that are like better than normal.
What did you say? Do you have any?
Any bows that are finely crafted better than the normal bows?
Potentially.
Lots.
Once again, I must ask, what is your price range?
I am. My price range is vast. To say the least.
What can you pay me today?
Um,
That is what your price range is. Plain.
I didn't actually add gold to my character. Let me check.
And I
And
believe that
why
only
are
you
you-
your backstory,
Hmm.
which I haven't spoken up because I have 5 gold.
Let me
I've
check.
got 10. Well, no,
Damn
11.
sick. You guys are poor. What the fuck?
What do you mean? I have 5 silver pieces.
I've
Is
got
that what you
11
got?
gold.
Did we get any gold from?
You have not yet got any gold.
We
from
haven't
the first
paid
thing.
yet.
I have.
Because they
I
didn't
started
make-
with more gold from this, and I bought that fucking dagger. I got that dagger made and shit, and I've got 18 gold.
Okay, yeah. So, Rage, would I go from a country with like 25 gold pieces in and would I bring more?
I think it would be no. You'd probably only have that much because you had to leave very suddenly.
Yeah, okay. So, well, unfortunately, I only have a very small sum of gold on me. I only have 25 gold on me. But there is definitely
Dig down, reach into my pocket, fish around a bit, and pull out 10 gold pieces and hand them to him.
to me. Oh, to him or me?
You.
Oh, thank you. I have 35 gold.
He waves his hand, and the door behind you creaks open again. Come back when you have several thousand.
What?
Question. How do we find you?
Any door that says the tower above it will lead you back to this place.
I see.
Most large cities have it. I've made sure of it.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Where, since I see you're an elf as well, where do you come from?
I'm not particularly willing to answer that question right now.
Does the name Merle ring a bell to you?
Yes, it does.
Does the insert other girl's name? Insert the god of magic's name.
I've got a donut in my mouth, but
If you don't remember the name, I'm not going to
Food-
give you the name at this point.
oh yeah, I can't either. Yeah,
Shit. Do you maybe know of an elf long ago that became a god of magic?
I think you should leave.
Alright.
They will turn to the door, bow, and then thank you for allowing us in, and leave.
Thank you
do we-
very much. We
do
will
we
come.
all leave or is it just him?
All of you.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
When you have gold, feel free to return. If you can't find one of my doors, simply ask for the ritualist.
Where do we rituals?
You see him wave a hand, and a wall of air appears behind you and begins slowly pushing you towards the door.
What the...
I'll turn around and walk out the door.
I hope you have enjoyed your stay.
Sure.
Not particularly.
Good.
I hate that guy.
So, are we outside now?
Yeah,
Is the
you're
door
all
closed?
being slowly pushed out the door, and then eventually the wall of air pushes you all out of the door. And then as it pushes you all out the door slams shut.
I hate that guy.
The second the door closes, Wallace is going to put the egg down, reach into his bag, pull out the shard of crystal that he picked up, and hand it to Zell. That guy was an arsehole.
She takes and puts it in her backpack.
Okay. You put it in your backpack,
well-
still held in some cloth.
That was
And I'm going to pick the egg back up. Let's get going again.
yeah. Let's keep going. I'm sure.
God, I hope I never see that guy again. Jesus. He was such a dick.
I think I have some good items there. So
We walked into his shop, which was very clearly high above our pay grade, and started asking him random questions.
If anybody
I
would
think
like
he was
to,
very kind.
if anybody like to,
But
you
here's
can roll
problem
an
with having a
Arcana check.
house with a door in the middle of a
Arcana
forest.
check.
Yes.
Arcana check, okay.
Sorry, what was it,
Nat
Rich?
20. Oh,
If you'd like to, you can roll an Arcana check
Why?
to know some stuff. Okay.
Jesus
Tell me.
Christ.
I mean,
Tell me.
I'm
Okay.
probably not gonna know shit about the random door in the middle of nowhere, so
Okay. Cool. So, you have all heard of some items that have existed in the world that are very, very cool. They're just parts of stories and stuff, right? So one of the things that, like, okay, we'll start from the top of the list. So, Saril, you saw a helm that had red eyes, and you saw that, and I was like, oh, that's the Dread Helm. That's the helm that one of the old heroes of, like, Arvandor wore. And they had, like, super scary eyes. It's not anything more than just, like, very pretty and scary kind of thing. But it's, like, it's an item that is magical and definitely was a part of Elven history.
That's not something that should be with him.
Yes.
Okay.
So, give me 1 second. I need
What are you
to...
going to take it from him?
Okay. Next one. Zell, you look across them, and most of these items, you don't understand what any of them are. They just look kind of pretty. More than
Sounds about
anything.
right.
Yep. Kane, you saw King Ilivari's glaives. And you're 99% sure they were. And, like, you know that they were because they had, like Elvish written along them that said, like people from his bloodline, like, before him, their names on it, right? And there's, like, two, like, hand glaives. One of them's green, one of them's red, and both of them, like, you know, have magical power in them and are, like, insanely powerful.
It's like dual swords.
Yeah. Think Tsukiyomi glaives, basically.
Okay.
Mine gets so shine bright.
Yeah. And Sekbei, you were looking around and you kind of thought for a second that, like, this stuff is pretty weird. Some of this stuff looked kind of interesting, and then you saw a book, and the book had a single eye and it had a mouth. And you thought back to some, like, old history of, like, the other like kobolds and the stories that, like, some of the more intelligent ones used to tell. And then you remember a story that one of your Goliath friends told you at one point of an item that could bring back the dead. And it was a book made of flesh. And it brought them back completely. Like, fully normal. But there was a cost to it. And that cost was for every person that you brought back fully from the dead, you needed to kill 100 and feed it to the book. And it is called Isgard's Book of the Dead.
Okay.
Well, that's quite an interesting shop. I'm very well aware that it's outside our price range right now, but I think I can do something about that once I come to Wiggly, so it should be all right.
So off we go then?
Yeah, I guess so. This was a very weird experience, but yeah, let's continue to Wiggly.
Okay.
I'll just say, should we encounter him again, please try not to annoy him.
I make no promises.
Yeah, I just want to talk to him, man.
Okay. Can I get a perception and survival check from somebody who's not holding the wyvern egg? And not firing the wyvern egg constantly.
I'll do survival.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
the Wyvern Egg team.
The wyvern egg team. I'll use the roll of what's your perception, like, mod?
Same.
Okay.
I
sure.
mean, Zell is higher on my screen.
Zell is, like, using this, doing the survival. Saril's doing the perception with the with the 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zell, you kind of lead the way through the forest, and it leads you to this road. Very quickly, you kind of get your way onto the road, and you're like, okay, I'm not very used to, like, I've just closed my fucking Google Chrome tab. No, motherfucker, no.
Traveling for.
It's okay, it's fine. But like you, okay. I just like closed my entire Google Chrome for a second and I had a panic
How long
attack.
have we been traveling for?
You've been traveling for about like just today a total of about like 4 or 5 hours.
I meant since we
So
decided to
since
leave
in
the
total,
forest.
so since you'd entered the like Amberstone, or just
How long have we been traveling since we'd done the Direhearth stuff?
since the Direhearth stuff, it would be about like 5-6 hours, I think, in total.
Okay.
Oh, and we're already out of the forest.
You're to a road.
Are we still in the forest then?
You're still in the forest, and there's
Okay.
like forest on the other side, but you're at a road.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I must pull up my map again because I need to see something. But yes, by the end of the night, you make it to just to the edge of the forest in total. I think Valis is the only person who would know this. In general. But like by getting to the edge of the forest, you think you've still got like a good 2 or so days of travel.
Holy.
Which is something.
We travelled through that forest really fucking fast, actually.
Aye.
Okay.
You just keep going, yeah?
You keep
Just
going.
keep going.
You get to the point where you're at the like just out of the forest and it hits night. Are you guys stopping or are you going to try and keep going through the night?
I
Keep
think
going.
we should.
Oh, I think we should stop,
I
actually. We should
think
stop,
we
I think.
should stop.
Yeah, I don't want to get exhausted.
Okay.
You didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Um,
You can stop like to the side somewhere and like the camp. Like,
So,
not- that's
yeah.
okay.
you know how I did all like the werewolf stuff, the
Uh-oh.
wolf stuff.
Right.
Well, it's a full moon tonight, so I'm gonna have to solve that problem within the next couple hours.
Should we...
Okay,
What's a
so
werewolf?
we would. Some of us would know what werewolves are from like fairy tales and shit, wouldn't we?
Yes, you would.
So what do you want us to do?
I think we should shackle him down.
Do we have anything that could shackle me down? And
Are
I
you-
need something to feast on.
Are you dangerous?
I don't know. It hasn't happened before yet.
I
Okay.
see.
okay. Do you want us to hunt you somewhere?
We don't have to heat the wyvern egg up because it's night, correct?
This is correct.
Okay. We can tie him up against a tree with a lot of rope, and then I guess put like.
I don't know if rope's going to cut it. You said you needed food. Can
don't
I
have-
Yeah.
can I go and try and hunt something then?
Yeah, you could.
Is there
That'd be a
anything
good
in
idea.
particular? How much do you need?
Like the size of a cow or a horse or a big animal.
That's a lot. Okay,
But-
we'll see what
but
we can
If
do.
we get like maybe like a bunch of rabbits or something, it would be okay.
If we
Or
get enough of
squirrels.
them, it should be fine. Okay. I might need some help with this. I don't know if someone wants to come and give me a hand. Except, mate, you know a lot about plants and animals and stuff, don't you? I don't know how much you know about animals.
Enough to transform into them.
Could you hunt?
No. I have done it before, though I will mention that I would have to do it in this form.
I see.
I have my own plans for the full moon.
I kind of look towards the Valis, and like just get like a really serious look in my face. If you find a squirrel, let me know.
Oh my god.
Do you want to come and help me hunt, then?
It brings back like 100 squirrels to make up for the mass of a cow.
Alright, sure. I can help you hunt.
I'll just get 2 squirrels. I'm going to tie their tails together and use them like nunchucks.
Also, since I don't want to take too much time, since before Kane does his thing, still has his, consciousness, I want to talk to you all about something.
I'm going to get hunting then.
Alright. I'll help him out.
Okay, sure. Can I get survival checks from the both of you, please?
Definitely.
Yep.
Just realised I've miswritten something.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Cool.
That one isn't too hot, to be honest.
All right. So you guys kind of like go hunting back into the forest for a little bit. Saril, you're on the hunt for a squirrel, and it's not working out at all. Like, it's making you very agitated trying to find this fucking squirrel, and you're not getting anywhere. Valis, you get on the tracks of a deer pretty quickly.
Okay.
As you're like on the way to the tracks of the deer, you manage to kind of like corral Saril to join you. And you see it off in the distance, like about 100
How far
feet away between the trees.
Then I'm going to try and sneak up to about 60 feet away from
Okay.
it.
Roll a stealth check, please. Okay.
That was a very poor stealth check.
+9.
Okay. It doesn't seem to notice you as you get within 60 feet.
That was convenient. Okay, so if I'm in 60 feet, I can try and kill it, right?
You can indeed.
Then I'd have stealth as well, because I'm here.
Yes, so it's advantage. It's advantage on the attack, but also that doesn't matter because you hit it. You kind of finger guns, pew. What Saril sees is like a very fairly faint blue flash, and then the deer just falls down.
Oh, well, that was
Done.
easy.
It was easier than expected. Do you want to take this one back, and I will have a look around and try and find something else? Or shall I take this back? We can do it either way.
I mean, I don't mind. Yeah, I'll take this back, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I pick up the deer, kind of put him back, I guess.
Okay.
And slowly drag it down to the camp.
And I'm going to have a look around for something else. Is that another survival?
Yes. Yeah, you go to look around
Right.
for something else, and as you're looking around for something else, you literally within 10 minutes, you realize you're literally just walking loops, and you find yourself back at the edge of the forest looking, and you can see your party literally within touching range, like they're within sight.
It was 2 nat 1s on survival rolls we just got, by the way. That's impressive. I did get to one-shot a deer, though. That was good.
You did.
Say, Kane, I brought this thing back. Will this be enough?
I hope so.
Well,
We could... Sekve could cast Locate Animals, correct?
That is a spell I'm aware of, yes.
We could use that to try and locate more deer.
What like approximate time does it look to be?
The sun is just about beginning to set at this point.
How long do we have?
Like you've got a good half hour, maybe at most.
We can try and get something in half an hour.
Yeah, I will cast locate animals and plants.
Okay.
I will as a ritual, so that'll be 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And then deer, another deer.
Okay. You feel about half a mile away that there is a stag.
Okay, can we travel there in time?
You think from a half a mile away, Sekbe, specifically because you already know that there's a half a mile away, you think it would take you the time it takes for the sun to set before you would get there. And then you'd get to it, and then it'd take you a little bit into the moonrise before you got back.
He will it's within range, you can probably get there around the time things are setting, but if you want to be here when the moon is up,
Kane, will you be sane enough to take a deer without eating me?
What do you mean?
If I walk back with a deer corpse and give it to you, am I going to get eaten as well, or would a second deer just get eaten?
I can't promise anything. I don't really know.
I think let's just say one deer will be fine. He can nibble on the bones.
Can I have a look around for a squirrel then?
Maybe
on a
maybe
different
it's
note?
a good idea for me to take the deer we've already got and go out and try to find the stag that we've located.
That could be a smarter idea.
I can keep watch and Zell can keep watch later in the night just to make sure.
At Sekbe, you can cast locate animals on people as well, correct?
I don't believe so. I haven't tried it, but I don't believe that would work.
I suppose we could probably just find the Trail of Destruction to locate Kane again.
Maybe, yeah.
I think we can just bank on one deer being enough for the night. It's a big chunk of meat, you know.
We probably be alright. We should try and find somewhere safe to be though, just in case. And get the egg somewhere even safer.
So, Kane, can we tie you up to a tree as well? I know it probably won't amount to much, but
Tying him up to a
Okay.
tree is going to be awkward if we try to feed him the deer.
it's gonna be okay. I'll be the one feeding because I'm the one on guard, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know about as much as you guys, so sure.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's a werewolf?
so you know what's a wolf, right?
You have
Sure.
indeed experienced wolves in the Feywild.
Sure.
It's like a big one like that walks on two legs and looks humanoid.
Oh.
Can I try and remember what I know about werewolves from stories, from adventurers and fairy tales and the like?
Roll me a straight intelligence check, sure.
History?
Here comes another
No,
nat one.
just intelligence. Okay.
Not quite a nat one, but still not good.
Yeah, you kind of think back and you get like the very basics of like man wolf, full moon, and they're just really, really
Couple
bad.
of fairy tales, nothing
Yeah.
actually.
No idea.
Step to keep that kind of tying up slowly Kane to the tree with all the rope I have, like all of it.
I'll hop in and help out, I guess, with a couple of bits of rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me if it's too tight, Kane. I'm just making sure.
Just make it as tight as you can. It doesn't matter.
Tell us if it's too tight so we can make it even tighter.
Yeah.
All right.
Just gonna cut off all his blood. He's just gonna die right there, stuck to the tree.
So I want to talk to you all about something before Kane becomes Wolf Kane.
Can I go next after you're done?
Yes, sure, go for it. So before we sleep, like, I just need to like talk to you about like this whole thing and why I came from Arvander here in the first place and why I'm traveling with you. Since I wasn't sure myself, I was given very vague orders by a person named Meryl, which is like the only alive star elf in the country right now, or maybe the whole world. And that star elf had a vision of the future that something bad is about to happen, and that I need to go to a certain place in this country and find comrades, because that will be the only way to prevent that catastrophe.
Where would this place be?
It was a place where we all met.
See.
Well, most of us met. And
No, I believe. Well, yeah, only one.
Zel.
We had one guest since then.
And I think after what happened with the Direhearth and meeting that monster god evil being / thing, the parasite, the one who's behind all the crystals, his reaction to the names I said to him and the little merchant guys saying that the crystal is a world ending thing, I think it's clear to me that this is the thing we need to take care of. So until I come back to Armandor, my mission will be to kill that evil being. Hopefully with you all, because it said in the Star Elf told me that I can't do it without you.
Oh, that's a lot to just kind of put on our shoulders, you know.
I know. That's why. I mean, you can take the night to think about it, but that is my mission in this country.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for sharing.
No worries. You said you wanted something as well.
Yeah. I can't do this journey. I can't do it anymore.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when we were in the forest before, that was familiar. It was familiar like the Feywild was. And this, even though we're just a few minutes out of it, I don't know if I can do it.
Is it like a different feeling, I guess, from the Feywild? So you don't.
It's imagine the feeling of like a familial kind of bliss that
Mhm.
your emotions can pull on things, and those things can pull back on your emotions. You don't need to speak, you don't need to talk, you can just be. But here it's a lot more than what I'm used to, and from where I've come from and what's led me here, it makes me feel really like heavy, and I don't know. I have all these feelings bubbling inside of me, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know if I can help. So yeah.
I kind of understand that. It's also really unfamiliar to me here. It's not to your extent, but it's still because I'm from a different country with different culture, and to you know, not even like the normal citizen. I was like the royalty basically. So I can see where you're coming from with unfamiliarity, but I'm sure you have your reasons to coming from where you are to here, and I think you should persist with them.
I don't really have much choice, honestly, but thanks for listening.
You can try your best to get used to it. We are here if you ever need us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've taken a step up in the world, I suppose, traveling with royalty. I'm sure most of you have already figured this out by now, but I'm attempting to locate my sister, and I've been traveling to learn, I'd say, more about the world and get stronger. Since when I left, I was not very powerful, and the people that took her were the opposite. They were all rather powerful. I've been traveling for around 2 years or so, and I think I'm probably going to look at heading back there sometime in the next year, half a year, or some period of time. It's a fishing village, a fairly large fishing city, I suppose now, called Slowbridge.
That's a
Slightly
funny name.
north from here. It was called that due to the fact there's a large amount of slums and a few bridges to connect to canals.
That's a very literal name, I guess.
It's also because I totally didn't rip the name and slightly change it from a Dragon Quest city. But don't tell anyone.
Alright.
What
Well,
is this Dragon Quest you speak of?
hopefully,
That was the voice of the gods!
hopefully we get to find your sister along the way, and we can go to Slow.
As far as I'm aware, she is still in Slowbridge, and although I don't know if they'd be able to contact me still, I have friends there that might contact me if they tried to move her.
You said that you were weak and they were strong, and you couldn't protect her. Do you think we are strong enough to help out?
That's right, did you say we are strong enough?
Yeah.
Definitely. It's been a few years. She was taken by a fairly unpleasant group called the Blacklanders on behalf of the nobility of the city. But I don't think it would be too hard if, with some careful planning, it'd be too hard to find her.
Okay. We can maybe head there after the glaive. Depends on what happens there.
I think it'll be okay if it is left for a while. However, I would prefer to go there sooner rather than later.
Alright.
I do not mind, though. If there are more important things to do, we can try and do them, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't really get a lot of this end of the world prophecies things. I'm just an orphan, but I'll try and help out, I suppose.
I appreciate that a lot.
Just so for the record, I suppose. What was her name exactly? Valis?
Her name is Lillian.
Alright.
He like pulls out a bit of paper and just notes that down.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. If nobody else has anything to say, you should all head to sleep before Kane becomes, Wolf Kane.
Sleep.
I will stay up for a little bit. I want to be safe and make sure nothing bad happens.
I want to watch it happen.
So do you wanna take first watch then, Zell? I'll take the second one.
Mhm.
Alright.
Are there trees around?
Yes, it's like they're not very far away since you guys kind of moved over a little bit closer to the trees to, tie Kane up to a tree. So you're like within 20 feet of the tree line, basically, at this point.
Valis is going to climb a low-hanging tree, like a low
Okay.
tree,
Easy enough.
and just sort of rest on one of the branches.
Cool. Okay, so, here's what happens. So who was staying up? Zell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Zell, can you make me a
Sekbe
wisdom
is
saving
waiting
throw?
for.
Okay.
Valis is also awake.
So okay, so all three of you staying awake a little bit, right?
Yes.
I'm
Can
sleeping.
all three of you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Can I, before that, can I quickly give Kane my talisman?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Kira, it wasn't a nat 1.
Wisdom.
Okay. How long are you staying awake, Sekbe?
He'll stay awake till the full moon is fully visible, and then he's gonna start messing around with the wild shaping because that was a thing he was told to do.
Yeah, okay. Fuck off, Epic Store. But yes. So, Valis, you get a couple of minutes into the moonrise, and you feel an intense drowsiness fall over you, and you fall asleep. Zell, you're an elf, and for the most part, you feel like this is an odd, intense drowsiness that
I should have
occurs.
mentioned, as Valis has climbed up to the tree, because he doesn't know if he's going to fall off or anything,
Yeah.
he's tied a rope
Yeah,
around so he
that's
doesn't
reasonable.
fall off.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Zell, yeah, you would feel this intense drowsiness, and you're like, this feels very weird. I don't usually feel like this, and you feel quite drunk for a second, and you feel like your eyes physically close for a second, and then you manage to shake yourself off of it, and then Sekbe, you just don't even feel anything about this. Everybody else who has fallen asleep, I need you to all make a wisdom saving throw for me as well.
Alright.
So that is Valis, Kane, and then Jesus Christ.
It got worse!
It actually got worse. Okay. And Sarah.
That is my second nat 1 of a wisdom fucking. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to roll one for
Oh, semester. Oh well.
Zemnis as well.
It's the same.
Oh, these are going well.
As elves, because elves can't be magically put to sleep.
Yes.
Would they?
So this is a different effect.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So for fuck's sake, Steam, no.
I assume mechanically it's closer to unconscious than
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah, but these guys are asleep / they're trancing and they're dreaming. And here's what happens. And those of you who are awake when they see this, so this is Zell and Sekbe. Sekbe, you're messing around with wild shapes, and you look up to the moon, and you both see the moon in the sky turn from white to slowly turn orange to turn blood red over the course of a couple of minutes. And as it turns blood red, you see the entire landscape around you kind of be somewhat it looks somewhat unnatural, and then the redness fades back to an orange, and then it goes back to a white. The rest of you. Yep.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Okay, is this phenomenon something I have a chance of having heard of before, or not at all?
Roll me a history check.
Can I roll one as
Okay.
well?
Sure.
Cool.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Okay, cool. This is called it's a lunar eclipse, effectively. But some people call it a blood moon because it makes the moon look like blood red. But it's not a true blood moon because that's a different thing, slightly. But people call it a blood moon because they're stupid. But it's a lunar eclipse. Both of you would know that. The rest of you, as you fall into your sleep and you're getting all your trances in, you're trying to become normal and you're going back to your normal, what you're used to, the dreams and everything. as you begin to enter your dreams, so with Valis, you see feel yourself standing near like what looks like the bookshelves, except everything looks a bit fish-eyed and weird, and you hear everything like almost echoey, and you hear Arya's voice in your like next to you going, Valis, 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 Valis,
I look
Valis,
around.
Valis, Valis. And you look around and you see her standing there, reaching her hand towards you, and then she's pulled away from you. Kane, you find yourself sat like in your normal little like the area with the multiple mirrors around you, and then they all turn blood red in front of you. All of them turning blood red, reflecting yourself, and then you see a face appear, not your own. You see this almost this odd green hole in the middle, and like it looks like a geode of crystals forming around it, and then two like large fractal horns, and the glass in front of you shatters. And I'll get back to what happens in a second. And then finally, Saril, you find yourself where you find yourself back in Arvandor, standing on like one of the highest like towers, looking over when everything just turns blood red, and you see reflected in the glass the same face that Kane sees. This crystal in the middle, it looks like it's green, it's like a geode, and then like the two horns, and all of the glass begins cracking and shattering. And all three of you hear like for Valis, you hear this, you don't see anything, but all three of you hear, I'm not done yet. And you all take
15 points.
When he said werewolf, I didn't mean like a fucking invade your fucking dreams mythical creature.
So you guys take 9 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
And you gain no benefit from this long rest.
Oh, damn.
Jeez.
Which means that this next day is going to be horrible, and you're going to take a point of exhaustion.
Ooh. Ooh. At least one level is not terrible, but every other level is horrible.
It's kind of rough. But
Just get 5 more.
so here's the other odd thing. As you see, like you look over to Kane, those of you who are awake, you're kind of expecting something to happen, and you see him just knock out, like him just like put himself into his trance and like sleep, and then you see him writhe for a couple of minutes during this like the moon turning red, and then he just awakens a couple hours later, and he just looks horrible, but he didn't change.
As like the two awake, it's like they would probably look over to Zelen. Was expecting a lot more than that.
Wait, so that's not what happens with the werewolf?
What happened?
Can I roll for like generally knowing about werewolves?
Yeah, roll me a history check.
History. Okay.
History.
20.
Yeah, you know, like a general idea of like people who can turn into other animals are called were something, and werewolves are one of the more common ones. Yeah, basically, and like their transformation is usually horrible and scarring kind of thing. But like
It's usually a lot
yeah.
more flesh ripping and hair growing everywhere,
Oh,
claws and all that,
it.
howling at the moon, that sort of jazz.
I see.
They're not
Jazz.
too fun to see.
So is it really quick, or did you miss it?
I read knowledge. I've read books.
So who else is awake? Or
So right now
Just you
it's
two, I believe.
Kane and Sekbe. Kane has just
You
awoken.
mean Zell?
right?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
Zella's also awake. All three of them are awake.
Okay, yeah.
Because Kane has just like woken up from his trance.
You right around for a moment, but that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You didn't even eat the deal we gave you.
Yeah, look, you're still wrapped up in the ropes and everything.
About this time, Saril also awakens.
well, that
Wouldn't
was really
there be a
weird.
lot of noise going on?
You do not wake up, Valis.
Okay.
You are asleep.
Well, I guess we still have like breakfast then.
Have you experienced this before, out of curiosity?
No, I
Or
haven't. As I said, it's my first time all of this is happening.
How do you feel?
Well, all right, but quite exhausted.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go and take my talisman back now. She walks over, takes it, pops back on her neck.
if
And
you don't mind me asking,
should we help
if
untie?
you, I was gonna. Oh, sorry. If you don't mind me asking, if you haven't transformed at a full moon before, how do you know you're a werewolf?
Because I see it in my dreams, and I've also transformed into one, as I think you've seen sometime
Have
in the
we?
past.
I don't.
We
Yeah.
would have seen it if we was awake. What's her name? Zell would have seen it, I believe,
It was
because she was awake
that
when
one-
he came back.
I think it's he.
Yeah.
It's like the one time he transformed to get the egg, and then this one time when everyone else was asleep.
True.
Those are the only times
I guess.
I'm aware.
Zell should have seen a half transformation then, shouldn't she? Because he teleported mid transformation.
Yeah, potentially.
Wait, was with the egg?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought like you grew a lot of hair in the night.
No.
Do you want me to help untie you down?
That'd be nice. Yeah. Thank you.
Also, you said something about weird dreams, and I'm kind of thinking that this might be a theme for us, because I'm sure some of us are also having weird dreams too.
Oh yes, all of us are.
You too, said
The dragon I speak to in mine mentioned something about all of us having something.
Oh, of course, speaking to a dragon in your dreams. Okay.
About this point, the Valis wakes with a start. Just suddenly.
You trying to suggest that is strange coming from the one who keeps some sort of being in that thing.
Oh, look, Valis is awake.
What time is it now?
This is like the
suspicious.
sun. The moon has only risen like very briefly. It's not that late. Maybe midnight at most.
Oh fuck! I had the weirdest fucking dream. I don't know if it was a dream. Fucking concerning. I
Involve
need
any
to-
libraries?
It did involve the library, however, I am a bit worried at the moment, so I am going to try and get back in contact with Arya and the library. I'm a
Valis,
little
can I
bit
just
worried.
say, and don't take offense to this, but you look horrible.
Not surprised, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Oh, do what you're doing then. I won't stop you.
Valis, can I try and sort of like sleep or meditate, whether to go back to the library?
You close your eyes and you try your best to like fall back to sleep, and you just find like brief images of like flickering green eyes every time you get to just almost sleeping, and it wakes you with a start. It doesn't seem like sleep wants to come to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna get back up. Well, I can't get to sleep. Anyone else being haunted by a pair of green eyes?
Yes, actually. It's
Nope.
not very nice.
Thought so. It seems to have something to do with the library with me.
What do you mean?
Sorrow, I believe the library might have something to do with your calamity.
Farrell is dead. Long live the sorrow.
Bro. Shit.
I think shit is actually dead. Unfortunate.
Okay.
Oh, rest in peace.
That's a
Yeah,
bit awkward.
I'm just going to say he's staring off into the distance.
Okay, so
Didn't
then
you
I'm
say
gonna.
we were gonna go sleep?
I think the library may have something to do with the disaster that Sheard has mentioned.
Just to
although-
quickly say, I'd like to say that by now, Kane, you're untied.
Mm-hmm.
Although I am not too sure how it connects, and questioning both the library and the assassin has not really yielded any answers.
Velis puts her not Velis, sorry. Zell puts her hands up, starts waving it.
Randomly.
Well, she's trying to get your attention because she has a question to ask.
You mean like one hand up and waving?
Yeah.
What is it, though?
What are you talking about? What's this library? What's this assassin person?
Have I not explained this to you?
Not to me, no.
Oh, well, it'd have to have been a few months ago now. Maybe half a year ago, I travelled to this town, Wiggly, and
You've been there already.
I have been there. It's why we're heading there now. We were told about a cult, and I believe there is a cult in Wiggly.
Oh,
However,
that's exciting.
Last time I was there, I saw a particularly concerning cult ritual, and I was seen by the cultists. And while trying to escape, I stumbled upon a dilapidated old shrine in the forest. And while there, I think something saw me. I don't really know what happened, but everything went dark, and I saw lots of pairs of eyes, including a green pair, that said something to me in a language I don't know. However, I also saw a pair of purple eyes, or pink eyes, and they are, as far as I'm aware, Arya, the assassin's eyes, and I've been, what I can only describe as speaking to her in my dreams. And I have also gained some weird powers, which is nice, I suppose.
Oh, is that why you need the wyvern?
No, I just want to get a wyvern because an adventurer I knew used to tame them, and he told me they were very good pets and very helpful to have.
Oh.
Plus, people in my
Right,
home...
so about this library.
What is it?
Well, yeah. What is it?
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, it's somewhere I can access in my dreams. I don't think it's part of this world, and it has lots of books in it that tell you things. I pull out the How to Raise a Wyvern book.
Mhm.
Books like this one.
Huh. Could you get a book on Lady Marceline next time you go there?
I can try and find out about Lady Marceline. I don't know what the library will tell me, but I can have a look.
Okay. Consider that repayment for me giving you the egg.
That works for me.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm effectively going to say that all of you, except like Sekbei and Zell, can't sleep. I'm just gonna say it straight, like you can't sleep for the rest of this night. And it is not enjoyable, to be fair, but that is the way the news goes, I guess. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
You two can obviously go sleep if you would like to, kind of thing. That's fine. But when you do, yeah,
Did anything happen with the wild shaping? Sorry.
yeah. So, sorry, I completely forgot about that. You like, so what specifically are you wild shaping into? Kind of also important.
Well, I'm not going to go for a wolf for obvious reason. He'll probably test out one of his the newer things he acquired, which I'm just going to remind myself exactly.
Kangaroo.
Do I know what kangaroos are?
Doubt.
Did I not say? Yes. I could go for the toad, but no. I'm going to go for the other form. Just quick description. So you know when his arms split off into giant like spider legs? Similar things, except they elongate much, much longer. As rather than a giant spider, he becomes a giant octopus.
You become a giant octopus, you flail around a little bit, and you find that as you do this under the full moon, it feels a little bit more natural than it usually does, and it feels mildly faster than it usually would. No, like, huge other deal to it, other than the fact that like now that you're doing it a little bit more, it feels just a bit better. You do get like this odd sensation of like something seems a bit weird in general about like the area around you, and that like the way the moon did what it didn't seem very it felt wrong. Something felt very wrong about that. But yeah, it just seems okay. It was you done made it into an octopus. You're a big boy octopus now.
Those things can breathe out of water for an hour. uh, he'll probably like revert after he's sort of got a general bearing, and then just because he's probably going to rest after this, he will shift once more. This time he will go into a direwolf form. As he's been in it a few times, just try to get a general idea for. See if we can figure out what exactly the weird feeling in the general area is.
Yeah.
Are we watching Sekbei do this then?
Yeah, you're watching Sekbei do this, I guess.
Sekbei, what are you doing at the moment? I've not much experience with magic. What is the goal of changing into different forms? Isn't it just tiring?
Or was this real Sekbei?
He's now like real Sekbei.
I mean, I'm asking a wolf Sekbei, but I know he understands me, so...
Yeah, okay.
He can't respond.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to change back eventually because you've been changing forwards and backwards all the time.
Whenever he like reverts from the wolf form, I sort of sit down and it's less. It's magic, yes, not a particular spell or anything. It's a druidic art known as wild shaping. Particular reason I'm doing it now is Delvin Na requested, advised I tried a bit around during the fall.
Is that the dragon in your dreams?
The giant dragon, I think I've mentioned it isn't before.
Yes. I think I remember
that. While you were in the wolven form, very briefly, you got a very, very strong stench of blood. But that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a dead deer like half a meter away?
It doesn't smell like the dead deer does. There's there's the dead deer smell, and then there's a stench of like very coppery old blood.
I assume from the if it was particularly brief, he wouldn't be able to ascertain the direction.
Yeah, it was too brief for that.
He will. That's probably like the first thing he notes down. Does when he reverts is whip out a book and start writing notes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He'll sort of back to the conversation. I learned it from a friend back on my island. Truthfully, there are probably other specialities with the druid that would fit me better, but I felt learning this would allow me to get more different perspectives. So I took up the art
Perspective on plants?
What else would I particularly be looking for?
I don't know, most kobolds are less obsessed with plants and more with money and... Most of my interactions with kobolds have been fairly negative as an adventurer. So, interacting with what I can only describe as very intelligent kobold has been quite a change.
That's disappointingly fair. Kobolds, admittedly, my race do tend to get more intelligent the longer they live. I would very much not recommend you ever go into a kobold nest.
So
try to find out. But
if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, Mr. Sekbei?
He sort of thinks for a second, then opens his book and I wrote it down. 67.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh, that must be quite old for a kobold. I thought they were fairly short-lived.
They're short-lived, not through lifespan, is how I shall word it.
I think I can understand what you mean.
short-lived by decision, shall we say?
I see. It feels very weird for everyone else to be far older than I am.
How old are you, Valis?
Only 18.
Huh? Only 18?
How old are you then?
Well, that's just rude.
That's suspicious.
I mean, I know that elves live for far longer than people do.
And like I said before, I think time's a little bit weird where I come from. So I'm not even really sure how to change it to what this time is like.
That's
There was one
interesting.
story of somebody from the village I grew up in, and they just went for a walk, and from our point of view, they'd only been gone for like a day or so, but they'd had long hair, they had a beard, and it was grey. It's a bit awkward. But yeah, that's the end of my story. Thanks for listening. Thank you.
It sounds like you both come from interesting places. The most interesting place about Slowbridge, I suppose, is the sea creatures they keep there for hunting and fishing.
Do they have any sec-based sized octopuses?
Are you talking
don't
about
know
me as I am now, or when I become a
I don't
Okay,
know.
go on.
actually?
I don't know quite about any octopi. However, they keep a creature there. Name currently undecided. That is probably
That's a
larger than most of us.
name.
They're about they're about the same size as a horse.
I thought we did
only,
decide on a name, by the way.
pardon?
Did we not decide on a name?
I don't think we did. I mentioned the name of the dinosaur they're based off of, and that was it.
Okay.
So we can have to do that.
Yeah, we'll do that something. But yeah.
I'll bug you tomorrow or something. But yeah, we keep these creatures that help us with hunting and fishing. They are very intelligent. They are about the size of a horse and about as intelligent as a dog. Interesting creatures. I've never seen them anywhere else on this continent.
Well, when we go there, I'm sure we could check them out.
They're very plentiful around the area, so you can probably find them if you look.
Okay. So, are Zell and Sekbei going sleepy buys, and by that I mean Zell, trancing, Sekbei sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you find yourself in your rest. You get a full night's sleep and full night's rest. However, odd things that happen is basically just Zell, your trance. Usually it's filled with memories of the like people from your bloodline and stuff like that, or in these cases recently, like these glimpses of Marceline, whatever. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Ooh.
Darkness. Doesn't feel bad, it just feels weird. And Sekbei, you just don't have any dreams. Just soothing, quiet, sleep.
It's a nice change sometimes.
The two of you awaken in the morning with the rest of your party kind of just being awake, including Zemnis, who's kind of just sat next to a tree. Like, he's just kind of playing with some, with his minor illusion. He's just been casting minor illusion repeatedly the entire time, for the rest of you who have been awake.
I see.
But yeah, you find yourself unable to sleep, and those of you who now have a point of exhaustion and took the 9 point psychic damage, you think that if you push on for today and keep going, you'll take another point of exhaustion and you might be able to sleep tomorrow, but you have no idea. But you also think that it's going to be a while until you might feel able to sleep, because you feel extremely awake, but you feel very tired. It's like,
Can you explain exhaustion for me? Because
So,
I have not encountered it yet.
give me a second. On the back of your sheet, there is a thing.
There's a thing you can put in a sheet.
Yeah, I'll shove it onto your sheet, Valis. For those of you who are there, if you click on the cog next to spells, at the I think it's at the very bottom. What? The right? Yes.
It's on the
Yeah.
far right.
So-
It's one of the
On the far right, it's like the 5th lowest thing. It says show exhaustion tracking. Just turn it on. And it's like, just show exhaustion tracking.
Show-
Underneath ammo tracking and above track
I
hit
see
points
that.
per class, and then you go to core and you can see the exhaustion level in the middle of
yeah.
the sheet under hit dice. Just
So
put it
that's
to
a 1.
1, and it will tell you exactly what it does.
Disadvantages on ability checks. Okay.
Yes. So it's not horrible right now, but it gets worse. And just to let you know, if you ever get 6, you die. Full death.
For example, 2 levels is half speed. Then it starts getting mean with 3 is disadvantage on the attack and saving throw. 4 is hit point max halved, and 5 is speed 0.
And 6
And then
is just
just
death.
5 is speed 0.
Yes, you can't move. You physically
Can't
can't.
move.
That's fucking wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we should. Oh god, didn't get much sleep last night. Honestly, Kane, the fuck is. That's not available. The fucking. It invaded my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Think-
right back. So
Okay.
okay,
think-
continue.
I think Valis knows more about it than me.
Pardon what?
About the face that haunted our dreams.
I mean, I know a little bit about it. I just know it's got green eyes. It appears to be something very, very dangerous. Something that the assassin who claims to have killed a god is not sure she can beat. And but it speaks a language I don't know.
Hmm.
It sounded, I believe it was vaguely orcish. Hold on, let me check my notes. Let me refer to my notes. It was a voice in a brutish language I didn't understand.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The thing is, I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't know about the others, but I think we can continue walking for a little bit. But I think we should get an actual rest.
Well, I slept, or I tranced like a baby. I had no problems at all. There was, however, well, usually I have like dreams or visions through the eyes of Lady Marceline, and last night I didn't have anything at all. And that's the first time that's ever happened in my life. So maybe there's something going on with all our dreams or sleep.
Maybe.
And
But
Could
it's
be.
or that we skipped a dream or have a different dream. I think.
Yes, Cyril, I wanted to mention. I believe the library may have something to do with this world-ending calamity you mentioned.
In what way?
I don't understand much of it, and I've asked a few times and not gotten a straight answer. So I've mostly given up asking. However, the library did, or Arya mentioned that the green eyes were dangerous and had something to do with all of this. So I believe that they may have something to do with it. I can try and ask when I'm asking about Miss Marceline. However, I don't know if I'll get a proper answer or not.
It's worth a try.
Interacting with the library can be awkward at times.
Yeah, okay. But like I said, I think we can keep going for a little bit, but not because I'm pretty sure that not much of us could. And they're really tired.
I'm
we
not too
can-
bothered. Not to go along with whatever is easiest for all of you.
agreed.
All right.
We
So-
can try traveling slowly for a bit today. Maybe
Yeah.
go to sleep earlier.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So as you guys begin off on your travels, can one of you roll a perception check? One of you roll a survival check. I assume the horrible duo are doing wyvern things.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
How dare
I'll roll the
It's a disadvantage for you, Cyril, because exhaustion.
Great.
Very cool.
survival. Oh my, it's all the way at the bottom of the list, and I still couldn't find it. And that's what
Cool.
How many ones have we had this session? I think
4.
that's 4 or 5 now.
Yeah, you guys. Zell has this feeling. She kind of just. You get this feeling, Zell, that the road here isn't the right way to go, and so you take everybody off the road and start walking across the plains.
Nice.
And it takes you quite a while. As you guys
Let's
are
sort
walking,
know this area a bit.
you sort of know the area, yes. Oh god damn
Can
it,
I-
keep doing this. Yes.
Can I roll to know if the road would be the right place to go?
Roll me an intelligence check, which is at disadvantage.
Uh,
Okay. You get a
wait a
feeling
minute.
that this.
Oh no,
you know-
actually, never mind. I was going to say sideboards to knack it, but I can't.
Can you not?
I mean, I need to have proficiency to do it.
True. I'll let you do it anyway for this instance. It's fine.
Okay, it's a. Hold on. I need to just check what D it is, what dice it is.
It's a D6.
D6, yes.
Okay. That is just about enough for you to go. As about 15-20 minutes, maybe half an hour, you're like, this isn't the right way and we should just stick to the road, is what your gut is telling you.
Zell, I believe the road is the correct place to go here. I've travelled down this road before.
Oh, okay.
I thought you might know a different way, but
I've
It's
never
okay.
been here before, Valis. I could not know
that
where I'm
explains
going.
it. I didn't
It's
know where you
quite
travelled.
insane that all of you followed me in the first place. I really do appreciate your faith in me.
That's quite alright. I'm going to bonus action regen a dice as well.
Easy enough. But you guys walk for quite a while before you come to a crossroads, near the end of the day. You guys have had a time to sit down and eat some food as well. You come to near the end of the day, the sun is beginning to set again, and you come to a crossroads. You see the crossroads. The sign going straight ahead says Corsiton, and then the sign off to the left says Wiggly.
So do we go right forward then?
We should travel towards Wiggly, but I think maybe we should stop here for tonight. Staying here could be safer than travelling towards Wiggly.
I do agree.
Okay.
Those of you who had the first level of exhaustion do take a second level of exhaustion by this point.
Okay.
Before traveling while exhausted and being unable to, stop the exhaustion by sleeping, kind of thing. But you do settle down for the night. Everybody's just sleeping. Who's taking watch, kind of thing?
I'm gonna take first.
Shouldn't
So,
Zell be taking watch first?
Sure.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, yeah, but you're tired, aren't you?
Yeah,
That's
I'd like to
true.
get the most rest I can.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. It's like a take first watch.
Okay, so yes, Zell takes the first watch. Everybody else goes to sleep or trance. Can you roll me a perception check, Zell?
This is where the nat 20 comes up.
Oh,
I
boy.
can feel it.
Okay. Yeah, your watch goes pretty uneventfully. And then, so what happens for everybody's dreams? Once again, literally nothing. Darkness, nothing. And then obviously Zell goes to trance, waking up. Is it Saril who's waking up then?
Yes, sir.
Saril wakes up. You can reduce an exhaustion. Same with the other elf, fucking Kane, who would wake up about the same time anyway, just naturally. Both of you reduce an exhaustion to 1 now. And now that you've reduced an exhaustion, unless you get another exhaustion from somewhere, you will reduce another exhaustion the next night, basically. But walking for this time, you'll feel bad, but you won't necessarily gain another exhaustion because
Alright.
it's horrible. But yes, you reduce an exhaustion, so you're back to 1. And then Zell, you go to sleep, and once again, your sleep is just empty darkness. You all awaken in the morning at this point.
Would I also have gone down exhaustion?
Yeah, you've gone down in exhaustion as well. I'm gonna just say, like, I would get you to roll a perception check, but nothing happens during the second part of the night. You are fine. But yes, you are at a crossroads, and there is the way to Wiggly off to the left.
We should get going as well then.
Yeah, I think we should.
So before we
Yep.
go, I want to mention we should be careful. Someone else might need to take care of the egg, and I'll scout ahead once we get closer to Wiggly. I don't know what it's going to be like. However, it did seem rather dangerous last time I was here.
Sure, but
I-
I'm not there.
Okay, cool. Because I had a really horrible dream in which I just dropped the egg and it smashed into a million pieces. So I can't be anywhere near it. I'm sorry, Phallus.
It's okay.
I can take care of it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to hand it to Kane then.
Okie dokie. Okay. So you hand the.
How
egg
close
to-
are we to Wiggly actually?
You would know that you're about a day away. Like, you can get to Wiggly by night.
Then we'll travel most of the way today, and I'll just keep hold of the egg for today.
Okay.
Well, we'll swap over once we're closer. We should travel closer, sleep for night, and then I'll have a look around in the dawn.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. Okay. So, you guys, once again, survival, perception. Somebody who's
Oh,
not holding eggs.
Oh boy. Oh, but
Is it? Do we need to roll survival now? Because we're just
Probably
walking
you
on a
don't need
road.
to roll a survival, but perception, yeah. Anybody else rolling any perceptions? I'll let multiple of you roll it since you guys are just on a road.
Okay, might as well. Hope I don't get that one. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Cool. Okay, so you guys get to about halfway through the day when Kane and then Zell, like a little bit later, you both spot some guards making their way in your direction from the other side along the road. They seem to just be on horses. They're like quite a bit in the distance, and you're not 100% sure if they've noticed you yet. But you can, like, Kane, you can definitely tell that they're guards. They have like armor on, they have weapons. Like they're either guards or they're just some random militia coming to like do whatever. You see them
Sides of
coming
this
towards
road,
you.
like
What's what?
what are the sides of this road like?
It is like plains. So the road is like basically a dirt road, and then either side of the road is basically just like very thin grassland.
In that case,
Pretty
can I hand the egg to Kane? Zemnis, can you create an illusion to keep everyone safe, and I'll see if I can find out what these guards want.
He kind of goes, I'm not going to be able to create an illusion that's big enough for everybody.
Okay, then.
Maybe 2 or 3 people at most.
Have someone take the egg, and I believe Sekbe may need to hide. I don't know how they'll take the kobolds around here. No
He
offense.
creates like
Oh,
a rock on the side.
Good joy.
Mhm.
He will hide in illusionary rock.
Okay.
Who's gonna stay out then?
Wait, are we
Zemnis
meant?
also hides.
Are we meant to be hiding? Wait, why are we hiding from him?
If you go with them, Zell, just for now, and stay in the illusion while the guards come past. To make
I
sure
can make myself look different if that's a problem.
it's not that.
Oh, okay. Well, and she goes and hides as well.
So it's just me and Sarah now. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Cool. So the guards kind of gallop up on their horses, and one of the guards kind of like they see you, and then the front guard goes like this, and then he looks to you, Valis. What have we here? What's going on over here? There's 2 of you on the road.
Two travelers.
All right. Well, hope you're being safe. We've got a festival coming up in the next couple of days, so that should be good. You're going to Wiggly, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
But
cool,
have a few more friends meet us when we're there.
Oh, this is just like a routine thing. I just want to ask your names. We've got some people who are really important coming in pretty soon, and we didn't want to miss them. So,
Hi, hello, mate. My name is Sarel Aviander.
wait a sec. He kind of pauses for a second and he
Oh,
looks into
man.
his thing, and he opens up like a little letter, reads through. I think there was meant to be more of you guys, but Sarah Laviander, there's a Kane, there's a Valis, There's a
Might I ask who sent you this letter?
So it was so the marshal got a letter from a friend down south near Amberstone. His name is Dante or something.
Oh,
Oh, he's an old friend, eh?
Oh,
he's a
that's-
Oh,
friend of
good.
ours.
Snackface says as he steps out the rock.
oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I mean, that's
Apologies, we were
mildly
worried
terrifying.
about how you might approach us. We weren't too sure what was going on.
Ah, that's reasonable. I mean,
Is the problem that we got another friend as well coming in?
I don't think so. It's just so long as like the marshal's okay with it, I'm sure. I mean, Marshal Eugen's a pretty nice man. He took control of, like, he kind of took Delio over everything, helped keep everybody clean and nice. It's a good, nice place now, Wiggly. It's a nice place.
Mr. Guard,
Yeah,
have you been having any weird dreams?
I don't think so. Not for a long while, actually. I had some pretty terrifying dreams a couple months ago, but recently we've been having pretty good bread-filled dreams. You know.
Are you
nice.
sure?
Yeah, I think so. He looks at the other one. The rest of you had any bad dreams in the last couple of months?
Insight check this
No bad
bitch.
dreams. Yeah, go ahead. Roll insight.
Can I also insight that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to be a suspicious motherfucker. I'm not very insightful, to be fair.
0 by
Oh.
Yeah, Valis, you have literally
That's
no
another
clue.
fucking nat 1. I think it's my third nat 1 this session.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Zell, you look at him and you're like, this guy doesn't seem like he's lying.
Okay,
He seems like he's a bit of an idiot, but he doesn't seem like he's lying.
I believe you now, God Dave, if that is your real name.
Oh, how did you know? It's Dave, yeah.
Nice, I was just guessing.
That's pretty cool. You
Oh,
like
it's
a...
Dave. You know any good inns to stay at?
Well, if you're who you say you are, and the marshal says that you're who you say you are, then I don't
you
think you're gonna need to be like staying at any inns. He said he was ready to like give you home and shelter and stuff. I don't know. The marshal's a nice guy. I'd say just go talk to the marshal.
Where would you find the marshal?
I mean, hey, Jeremy, you think he was just gonna let him walk into his house? Yeah, probably. I mean, he said that they were like good friends. All right. Well, I guess he kind of like. Well, so what you want to do when you come into Wiggly, because you're going to be coming into Wiggly from the east. Basically, you follow the road down, and then you take a left, and then it's another sharp left, and then you want to come like a little bit past the town hall. There's a big hall. You'll notice it. There's like a small little house next to it. That's the marshal's house. Actually, there's a small little house, and there's another house, and then that one's the marshal's house. It's nice. He's a nice guy.
Alright, thank you very much. I guess we'll be on our way.
Just let him know that it was us. You know, Dave, Jeremy, Jonathan. We were the three who let you. You were like, yeah, dude. You know.
Hey, no,
Alright.
I no worries, no worries.
All right. Well, we got some other stuff to do. Otherwise, we'd like escort you and stuff. But we got to make sure that everything's nice and good on the roads. There's been some bandits about at one point, but don't think they're long gone.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your kindness.
Have a
And-
wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. And he begins to ride off.
The
What a
second,
lovely trio.
second they're out of earshot, Valis is gonna. The fuck?
I guess,
Valis is gonna be very clearly confused.
I mean, Velas, we did ask Dante to help us out.
I suppose that's true. I'm going to stay on my guard, however.
Oh, nice pun. I get what you did there.
What?
Guard? They were guards?
They were
Come on, Valis. I know you're 18, but you're not a child.
I'm old enough. But yes, I didn't expect the meeting to be that pleasant.
I know, right? I thought that, based on how we were hiding, I thought they were going to be after us. We'd be wanting for treason or something and start sticking us with stakes and stuff.
I am going to remain on my guard, however. I do not trust them. But I will try and avoid being overly hostile. The time they were talking about the bad dreams was around the time I was around Wiggly before, which is sort of concerning. But I'll try not to burn any bridges.
I think we should still be on our guard, but I don't think there's going to be anything bad. I think we just get genuine help from Dante.
I think we should just march in now, to be fair. There's no point trying to hide and wait for dawn and shit.
I remember the directions, so let's head to the east entrance of it.
Alright, let's go.
You guys make your way off. It doesn't take you too long. To get there. It takes you like a good couple hours, and then you do eventually get there. As you get there, you kind of enter through the east entrance of Wiggly, and I will bring up the map for you all so you can see good old Wiggly for everybody.
Oh, it's 1G. I thought it was 2.
1G, single Wiggly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure on the can you inspect for my map a second?
It might be written slightly different. I think it's. Oh, wait, give me a second. I need to pull up my other sheet, drag you to the main map so you can see. I do believe it is 1G on the main map as well. And if it's not, then I'll have to change it.
It is.
Okay, it is 1G. Cool.
Perfect. Lovely.
I think it might be 2Gs on the like splash screen, which might be where people.
I might have written it. Like, yeah, it's possible that
Oh, it's
somebody
a
wrote.
bigger town than I expected.
Yeah, it's not a super small.
While we're
Not
here,
huge, but it's not like super big either. Yeah.
so while we're here, where did I run off to, and
So
where did I see it?
basically, you were. Okay, give me a second. You were at the town hall when you saw the weird shit, and you basically ran south, and then this way.
Which means for Wiggly Forest, right?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Wiggless Forest. Yeah.
Wiggly's Forest.
Yeah.
I remember the directions. So, okay, so
So
since
you're
we
coming
entered-
in from this direction.
Yes. So we entered. He told us to follow the road until we go to a left and get another sharp left. And there's a house, and there's like another house, and that house is mayor.
Shouldn't we also be able to see the marshal's house?
Marshall, not mayor. Yeah, I meant Marshall.
Yes. I will write on the marshal's house. It is this one.
We need that one.
I can't spell. I think I've spelled it right. I don't care if I haven't.
Kind of small for.
That's a pretty decent sized house.
Didn't help.
But like as you're coming into the straight away, you see like
Important
along.
he sounded.
You're lagging.
Oh, you okay with? What is that? But yeah, as you come around like this corner here, basically, you come to like this entranceway, and then you come down, like come left. And as you're coming left past the town hall, you see like a large congregation of people. The congregation of people is standing outside the town hall with like a man stood on like the steps next to a large casket, like on a table next to him on his right. And next to him is a man wearing like military like outfit. He has like some like a little like a what's it called? He has like a couple medals on like a band over like his left shoulder, over his heart. And the man next to him on his right stands and goes, John Hilda Winters was a wonderful man, and his death touched many of our lives. He was perhaps one of the best woodcutters to have ever graced Wiggly, and yet he unfortunately succumbed to his untimely death at the hands of, well, gravity. It is important that we all remember to bring somebody else when climbing up trees, ladies and gentlemen. But he will be remembered. And you see he like points up to the side of the town hall, and his name is engraved on one of the like the doors with the dates like 60, like the final date is 6139, and the first date is like 6120. This very sad. Well, we'll get to everything else. If anybody would like to have do a eulogy or something, please do.
Can I do one, Mister?
He kind of looks over to you. Yes.
Oh, no.
How did you know,
Oh no!
lovely
Can I-
friend John Hilda?
Can I sort of like try and put my leg in front of So I think we should stay quiet for now and just.
No, my heart is heavy with woe and grief. I must extinguish these words.
Valis is
from-
going to
from
take a step
myself.
back, and when he's going to gesture to
Joel,
the Segway to follow, and he's going to take a nice big step back.
Okay.
So what was his name? It's been. I'm so overwhelmed with grief. I forgot.
Of course, we're all overwhelmed with grief. It is John Hilda Winters, a
Ah, yes.
wonderful man.
He was
Far too young.
agreed. Such a lovely man. So young. Yeah, he was a really close friend of mine. I grew up next to where he lived, and well, our parents knew each other really well, and so this pains me so heavily to see what has happened to him.
Truly.
Yeah, I'm starting a donation fund for those that he has left behind. I've come back from a large travel, so if you do see me in the streets or anywhere else, feel free to donate whatever you can.
Truly wonderful. Sorry, what is your name?
My name is Bailey.
Bailey. Yes, Bailey. It is truly wonderful that you would do this, but his mother is
Someone clip that
accepting-
shit. Someone clip that shit.
Someone. Fuck's sake. His mother.
That's not metagaming. Fuck off.
Somebody could do that. His mother, unfortunately, will be taking no donations at this time. We've already asked. I wish to donate much myself, and his father obviously passed away a long time ago, so it is reasonable that you were to do that. But we thank you for thinking.
Can I roll performance check?
Sure, roll performance.
Oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. Be good.
Yeah. You kind of like try and like sell it a little bit more, and he just
Yep.
goes, "Thank you very much." And then another person puts their like arm up. Ah, yes, of course. Please come to the stage, a eulogy, and he kind of just like gestures for you to leave the stage.
Goodbye, everybody.
And there's
Also,
just, like, a general goodbye.
God's Dave, Jeremy, and Jonathan. They're fantastic.
Ah, they are lovely, aren't they? Truly.
Yeah, they really
wonderful.
are. Yeah. Bye. She hops off the stage.
What
Yes.
did I just witness?
It's a miracle they didn't stab you.
Yep.
I feel like
anyway,
this bubbly personality of yours is going to get us in issues once we encounter places with less reasonable folk.
Sounds like a dare.
No, it very much isn't.
It's a request.
This is why I need a wyvern, because if this happens, I can fly the fuck away and be nowhere near it.
We'll see what happens when that egg opens.
true. Anyways, should we continue down to Marshall's house?
You as you guys are like beginning to walk over, you catch the eye of the man standing next to the man you were just talking to, the man with the full like military outfit with the like the different like ribbons and like medals and stuff on his shoulder. He kind of like looks over to you guys, and then like as like everybody else is speaking, he kind of briefly speaks to the man at the main stage and hops off the stage as you guys are walking off towards it. He kind of like links up to you guys as you guys are walking behind the crowd, and he goes, "So, who are you guys exactly?"
We are friends of Dante's.
Oh, you're the guys! Oh my god, that's... Oof. You see, like, he, like, kind of brushes his, black hair back for a second and goes, "That's actually just... Wow, I wasn't expecting you guys so soon. Sorry, my name's, Marshall. Well, not, my name isn't Marshall, that's my title. My name is, Levi Eugen. Me and Dante, we've, like...
Does he have
way back.
grappling gear and 2 swords?
Is he short?
He does not. No. Fuck's sake. He kind of like pauses for a second and goes, I have a lot to talk to you guys about with the whole situation that was going on here, but first, let's go back to my house so we can talk a bit more privately. He kind of leads you off, and down towards like his house is now written on the fucking thing. Yeah. And I've just fucking moved things. Yeah. He kind of walks over towards the front of the house and he stops at the like the entrance and goes, so I like any friend of Dante is a friend of mine, of course. Like I could like you guys, I've heard some of the stuff that you guys did. It was great, amazing. I wasn't expecting there to be quite so many of you. He points. So it was Bailey, was it?
Yep.
Picked up a friend along the
Bailey.
way. I mean, to be fair, wouldn't Josan have been included in the mail?
Josan didn't come with you though.
Yeah,
He
but wouldn't he have
stayed.
been in the letter?
You would. They would. He wasn't mentioned in the letter. No.
Okay, but never mind.
Because he didn't
say-
come with you at all. Like he just
okay.
was there at the place, and then stayed there. So I've got like before we go in, I've got payment and stuff for you all as Dante like said he was going to. You guys are welcome to stay at my house. There's not a huge amount of space here, but like the sofa's there. There's a master bedroom with a couple of extra, like, beds and stuff. Just a couple of things. House rules. When you come in, can you take your shoes off, please? No weapons inside the house. Hang them at the door. That kind of thing. If my wife, she makes food for you, please say it's amazing, because it probably will be, but in the case it's not, she needs it right now. Just tell her it's good food, And he kind of pauses for a second. Just as a general thing, you mess with my daughter, she will kill you. So don't mess with my daughter, okay? Cool. He opens the door and goes, honey, I'm home. And you hear like
This
from
motherfucker.
another room, back so soon? Really? He goes, I've brought guests. And he kind of like ushers you in around like a large oaken table. He says, just take any seat anywhere. I need to grab a couple of extra seats, but he takes some time to get some a couple of different seats and set them up, like around the table. He I should explain what he looks like a bit more. He's like kind of like vaguely slightly tanned, but not like super tanned.
Can I just assume he looks like Levi, but taller and tanned?
Sure. I have no idea. Like, I know you're talking about the fucking thingy one, and I don't know. I don't watch thingy. So
He's got a bowl cut, and that's about it.
not quite. He has like slick black back hair. Well, that's off to one side. He looks like he's about like just hitting 29, almost 30. No, that's a lie. He looks like he's 40. Sorry, I completely just had a brain fart. He as he settles down and gets everybody to sit down. His wife comes into the room. She is very obviously pregnant. And she has like long blonde hair and blue eyes. He kind of points and goes, so this is my wife, Ian. These guys are, do you want to just introduce yourselves? You would, I guess. Well, give me a second. Marcy, come in. And you like see like within like a couple of like 30 seconds or so, a woman wearing like she's like a little bit short. Like his wife Ain is about like just under 6 foot. The second woman to come in has like a ponytail, brown hair, brown eyes. She's like 5'9", 5'10". She seems relatively slim. She walks and like sits down. So yeah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Ages?
So the older woman looks like she's just hitting like the like late 30s, 40, and then the younger woman looks like she's like early 20s, maybe, probably a little bit younger.
Well, nice to meet you. My name is Cyril Viander.
Cool. The rest of you guys?
My name is Wallace. It's nice to meet you.
Yep, my name's Bailey. Nice to meet you.
My name is Kane. Nice to meet you.
Zemnis goes, my name is Zemnis.
Wallace is gonna walk up next to Tizel, stick his hand on the shoulder. Bailey can be a little bit weird at times, but I assure you she means well. So if she does say anything offensive, please just let's just assume that she is trying to be friendly and is a little bit misled.
Yeah.
The way I look right now, it's all a disguise. So, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So you said you want to talk to us about something?
He kind of was about to. It's like, your other friend hasn't introduced himself just yet. Points over to the kobold.
Apologies. He will make sure to, because I don't think I might have missed it. He will actually hang his weapon at the entrance.
Yeah.
Before stepping in.
Oh,
Unfortunately, he doesn't wear any shoes, so. But just Sekbe. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you all. Yeah, important conversations. Yeah, sorry, he kind of turns to, like, I think let's have, like, a little bit of a nicer chat for now, and then we'll have the important conversation later, okay? He looks over to his wife. Anne, have you you be able to make a little bit extra food for these, lovely ladies and gentlemen? He goes, I guess, and then she walks off. Yeah. So, obviously, I mean, I guess you know I'm Levi. You can just call me that. That's fine. This is Marcy. Marcy just waves. She doesn't speak, but she yeah. She kind of like looks over to Levi and just goes, "Yeah, I know. It's fine. I'll introduce you a bit more later. Okay, fine. Okay." She kind of like she just gives him like a death stare, and you see he just like begins to go a bit red, and then goes, "So I'm sure she's probably gonna want me to tell you it now. She's been like learning how to punch things really hard, and I'm sure she'll want to prove it at some point. So if you're seeming as you guys are adventurers, right?
Is she taking volunteers? Because I volunteer Valis. If she wants to punch something or someone.
There's no reason to punch me because I have the incredible power of telepathy.
Oh.
So should you wish, I could probably give you the ability to speak to each other.
That's kind of cool. You see her eyes, like she kind of looks at you and tilts her head.
If you want, I can show you it later, maybe.
Uh-huh. Okay. I guess we can do that later. But yeah, well, I moved here from Amberstone a couple of months ago. Took over as the marshal here, and things have been looking up since then, for the most part. Didn't really have too much time to like mail Dante, so I'm intending on doing that now. But he's been a good friend of mine for quite a few years. I used to live in Amberstone back a couple years ago when everything happened. But yeah, he's saved my life. So any friend of his is a friend of mine. Saved all of our lives.
Well, that's great to know. Hopefully, we get to like each other. And we heard there's a festival here.
Oh yeah. It's a bit of a weird like fad recently. They a lot of the people just randomly decided that they wanted to add a new festival to the whole deal at Wiggly, and they've decided that they wanted a festival of unsliced bread. Which is a bit random, but I mean it's better than the last option. So
technically heresy.
So what was the last option?
Oh, that's something I need to talk to you about later.
I think I might know what it was. I believe I had the unpleasant experience of walking in on the festival.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, we'll save that talk for later.
Yeah.
Right?
We are quite tired, so we'll get some rest.
Okay. That's fine. You see, like it's kind of dark, and he's like, well, the master bedroom. He kind of points to a bedroom. There's a double bed in there for anybody who's willing to take it. I mean, I can. There's like 2 sofas for anybody else, but like there's not quite enough room for everybody, I guess, unless like you want to just sleep on the floor.
This may be a strange question, but could I like sit on the roof?
I mean, yeah, he kind of points to the back entrance. I'm sure Marcy can show you how to get up onto the roof. She enjoys being on the roof.
Wonderful.
He gives you a nod and a smile.
Well, thank you very much. Well, you people can take the bed. I don't mind sleeping.
I've slept on the floor enough. I can also bear with it if any of you.
I am not bothered either.
I think there's like enough space for like 2 people on the sofas, 2 people in the bed. So, I mean, only like 3 of you, right? 2 of you? 2, yeah,
I'd,
2
like,
of you.
I'd like to get some quality sleep in because I'm a little bit tired still.
It's okay, I've spent. I prefer, I feel, after so much travelling, to sleep under the stars, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are we going to sleep now?
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I
still
think
gonna
we
be
are.
dinner, so
Oh, yeah,
I
would
just-
I would like some dinner. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, we should eat first.
Definitely. And that is about where we're gonna end the session. We'll
Yep.
have
Alright.
full dinner,
Cool.
shenanigans, and sleep, and all of the big info dumps and shit next session.
Cool.
Woohoo! Exposition session! Can't wait!
Oh
Can we
boy.
get lower ratings?
I'm going to be subtle about this, but Dave, Jeremy, and Jonathan, they have to go on their own adventure and become
Jesus Christ.
fabled adventurers. They've got to make it to level 15. So by the end of the campaign, when we round everyone up, they're there as well.
So after we leave, hear stories of a group of adventurers that set out Wiggly around the same time as us. By the
yeah.
what was it? Dave, Jeremy, and Jellica for Destroyer Revolts.
Oh my God.
Destroyer Revolt.
Fuck's sake.
We need to hear about their adventures.
Yep.
Okay. Well, fuck's sake. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. We will catch you guys next week. See you guys. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.